Got it there and got it there. All righty, y'all. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Islam, Islam, Islam. I am Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey here in Morocco at northwest of Maxim. How are you? And I am here with my magnificent and beloved brothers in whom I am well pleased, and they are
Islam, people. I'm Terrell Bay. How art thou?
Sauce. Let's get it.
Islam, folks. Peace and love. What's up? Yeah, how y'all doing, man? Y'all already know it's your boy, your mind. You feel me? And you know my bros, man. They also like to call me. You know what was that? What was that, bro?
Let's get guys. I'd like to welcome you as always. Right, going to share the content here and show you guys exactly what we are welcoming you all to. Right, I'd like to welcome you all to our 7-day tropic medical astro weather report. And what we are utilizing today, as always, is our 7healstar.com astrology firm's astro calendar for March. From March, Aries 2023 to February, Pisces 2024. Let me see who that is real quick. Okay. And that's the male people. Let's say, hold on, who that is. All right, cool. So with that being said, guys, welcome. And this is what I'll say about the calendar today. For those of you that are subscribed to 7healstar, right? I'm going to, I send out an email every Thursday, all righty? So I guess I'll announce this now, and if I remember at the end of our broadcast, I'll announce it again. I'm going to give away, because I'm feeling all super duper extra loving today, because I and my beloved mother mistress consort have successfully welcomed our little one, who has just recently manifested. I won't go into the details of the manifestation, but most recent, super duper recent. And so because of our little one's manifestation just recently, and I guess I'll just say thank you to all those that'll say congratulations or things like that. I'm not being, an asshole right now about it. I just know how people normally will just be like, oh, congratulations. Just let me say thank you in advance. Gratitude indeed in advance. I'm going to give away the calendar just in for the email for next day, for Thursday. All right, 30th March 2023. So if you're not one who is subscribed to 7healstar, you will not get the calendar, because the only time I'm going to put that together, I saw it, baby. I'm going to go get it. Yeah, I'm going to go get it. The only time that I'm going to be giving this calendar away is for the 30th March 2023. And so I want you guys to be able to, and it's engage with the emails when you get it. Click the links, see what's in there, right? You guys won't be disappointed. See the different things that's usually there, and enjoy those emails that we send out every Thursday, right? Every Thursday. So for the 30th March 2023, I will make sure I give you this 7healstar astro calendar for March, Aries 2023 to February, Pisces 2024. And on the cover there, all righty, being our energy that stays at the forefront pertaining to our minds, profit, noble, draw away. All righty, it's there, of course, with other loved ones that at that time, a little over 100 years ago, or members, well, probably 98 years ago, members pertaining to the Moor Science Temple of America. But however, first and foremost, Moor's Holy Temple of Science, doing religious corporate activity via affidavit, adopting as its corporate name Moor Science Temple of America, utilizing the Religious Corporation Act. All righty, for our protection. Some people think this is just something that it's just like a church. No, it's nothing like a church. It's nothing like a mosque. All righty. When people are doing proper and doing correct, Moor Science Temple of America is actually the salvation for everyone. And I'm talking about like Prophet Noble Drowley intended, not like jailbirds or people that used to be in prison that try to manipulate you like they're the big man on the tier. I'm not talking about that kind of Moor Science Temple of America incorporating type BS. I'm not talking about that. Nor am I scattering the prophet's flock when I'm saying what I'm saying. I'm just not for the fuck shit. I'm just going to keep it plain and simple. All right. So what I will say is study Prophet Noble Drowley and what he's done for yourself. Don't listen to other people. You know, even when we say what we say, challenge it and try to prove what we're saying wrong. You know, just don't be a tambourine banger singing church hymns where you replace Jesus and the Lord with Prophet Noble Drowley and the Prophet or something like that. Like, don't do it. Or Prophet Noble Drowley and the law as your replacements. You know what I'm saying? Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. When Prophet Noble Drowley was.
When Prophet Noble Drowley was.
Like, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that.
God.
We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. He washed my sins away. Oh, happy day. We're not doing that.
God, no, please, no.
Prophet lifted me up.
We're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? So we're not singing church hymns and old Negro spirituals, calling them more spiritual. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. So what we're going to do is just say, guys, make sure you study so that you'll see this isn't some cult mindset or things like that. However, this is the culture that most people of high value really seek to impersonate and imitate all over the planet. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't have your 5% Nation, you know, corporate activity going out there if it wasn't for Prophet Noble Drowley. You wouldn't have Nation of Islam's corporate activities if it wasn't for Prophet Noble Drowley. Because the one that brought all that information. You wouldn't have your new Wapian stuff, your Clarence 13X stuff, your York ZL stuff if it wasn't for Prophet Noble Drowley. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. So just respect that, guys, and really don't beat yourself. Really treat yourself to learning this history so you can actually see, like, hey, how can they talk about Malcolm X and Martin Luther King? Because they were flippant Masons. But never forget, Malcolm X is a modern European, which means his mama is a pale skin. Never forget that. So he's a modern European, and Martin Luther King was a Jesuit who tried to be like, hold on, I ain't know that this is what I signed up for. And then he ended his life. Prophet Noble Drowley is the only one. However, we already know that there are different beings and locations on the planet that are doomed for what they've done to Prophet Noble Drowley. So things are different now, 100 years or so later. So don't get any ideas. You try to plan something to hurt anybody these days, you go to start your wheel and it blows up, or your brakes don't work when you try to hit the brakes. I don't think don't test that theory, because you'll be like, oh my God, I really tried to do something to somebody and I can't stop, I could crash. It's like, hey, that's a redwood. Anyway, with that being said, guys, you will receive this in the email for the 30th. That's next day. Some people say tomorrow. However, next day for the 30th March 2023, enjoy receiving this calendar. I will set a link for you guys that hear this announcement now in the beginning, and I'll do my best to recall and remember on my pros. Just remind me to mention this again so that we all can actually see this. All right. I don't know why my camera's muted right now, but it's all good. I don't care, as long as you guys can see the calendar. All righty. So time never was when man was not, and I'm quoting El-Hajj Sheikh Sharif Abdul Ali, doing religious corporate activity, being Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And guys, we are here at the, can you see already we're at the end of March, right? And if I'm not mistaken, 9 days after Ramadan is the Ekadashi fast, right? So I think Ekadashi is on the 31st, guys, if I'm not mistaken. I think the Ekadashi, because Ramadan started on the 22nd. And somebody check ProKerala if you can. ProKerala.com, ProKerala, and check to see if I'm right about Ekadashi being on the 31st. And then you guys could let me know if I'm right about that. I'm pretty sure Brother Jag knows also. All the bros know, but I know Brother Jag be especially on it. So Ekadashi, if I'm not mistaken, 9 days after Ramadan began. Ramadan began on the 22nd. And if I'm not mistaken, it's 9 times out of 10, it's on the 31st, right? When the moon trines the sun, which I think is very interesting, right? It's very interesting how Ekadashi is a sun and moon trine. I just thought about something, because I have a Shukla solar lunar trine in my natal chart, and I manifested during Ekadashi. So it's like, interessante. So with that being said, guys, make sure you eat no grain during that time or whatever, right? Go and check, like I said, ProKerala.com, ProKerala, and see when the Ekadashi Titi is. And, you always have a Shukla Paksha Ekadashi Titi and a Krishna Paksha Ekadashi Titi. And make sure you're doing your best to not partake in any grain just for that particular time, a particular duration pertaining to the Ekadashi Titi, which is the 11th 12-degree set pertaining to the moon's transit from new moon to full moon and from full moon to new moon. All right. So guys, we're doing the 30th. Looky, Astro Cookie. We're here at the 30th, right? And the 31st, right? Starting us off on Thursday, right? His brother Terrell Tamari Bay, he's going to bring the sauce. Also, there, as you guys can see, there is an 8-hour and 46-minute void of course moon that's going on there, right? 8-hour and 46-minute void of course moon. And that's what Brother Jag will be going over there. Friday, it is I, Brother Hassan Ghazi Bay, for a holy day. And also on holy day, again, it's the Ekadashi Titi. All righty. I guess I'll let you guys know in a bit when Ekadashi's duration is. And I'll check ProKerala myself. I know, Buffy. I'm going to go to the door.
No, you were on the money.
What'd you say, bro?
You were on the money. It's the 31st. Starts at 16:30.
All righty. So that's 4:30 post meridian Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
And when is it complete?
The 1st of April. I think 1740.
All righty. Interesting. So that sounds like a 24-hour and 10-minute Ekadashi Titi. Interessante. All right. So with that being said, guys, yes, I have Friday where I only have, this super heavy transit of the solar lunar trine here happening. Check it out. 1 minute before the Ekadashi TT begins. Looky. Astro Cookie.
1851. So 1630, March 31 to April 1, 1851 is the full
1851. Intel, so 1630 to 1851. That's what you said. So that's actually 26 hours and 22 minutes. Is that correct? Did I get that right? 21 minutes.
21, that's on. Yeah.
Okay. So, and did I say 26? Yeah, 26, 21. So 26 hours and 21 minutes pertaining to the Ekadashi Titi. All righty. And it's beginning 1 minute after this solar lunar trine here, guys. All righty. So also, what does we have here? All righty, we're looking at the transit for the moon that deals with the fire sign Aries, the ram, anciently and contemporarily ruled by Mars. And this same moon, which we call April, has the earth sign Taurus, the bull, anciently and contemporarily ruled by Venus. All righty, so you see on Saturday there, Brother Shauna Mel is going to go in on those two transits there for Saturn Day. All righty, while the moon is still transiting Leo. And then Brother Sean also has what is known as Palm Sunday, guys. All righty. And with that being said, maybe we can discuss that on another day coming up, or what Palm Sunday is and things of that nature, because we've done it before in the past. We really have, guys. You guys got to catch up on the videos, because this actually makes video number 301, because our 300th video was on Monday. All righty, Seven Hill Star has 300 videos as of Monday. Today, this one here makes 301. All righty, so Palm Sunday, Brother Sean has. Say that again, bro.
I was just saying, Seven Hill Star told you all these things long ago in the past.
Technically, yes, and especially with us having Prophet Noble Drew Ali at the forefront pertaining to our minds. Of course, we have, right? Brother Sean has those three transits and that one ingress after a lunar ingress into Virgo after a 4-hour and 54-minute void of course moon, right? And then you guys know on Monday, it is I with those three. Is that Monday? Yeah, I do have Friday and Monday, don't I? I only have 4, Brother Sean.
Wowzers.
I only have 4. So it actually is 3 a total with Mercurial ingress into Taurus. Looky, Astro Cookie, right? So Mercury goes into Taurus and then suddenly squares Pluto immediately. I think that's going to be interesting. There's going to be some stimulation there, transformative communications. And then on a Tuesday, it is Brother Terrell Tamari Bay further with the South. And he has an 8-hour and 1 minute void of course moon there that he'll be going over also, with 3 transits and 1 lunar ingress into Libra. And then closing out, alrighty, with the bravest of hearts will be Brother Shauna L, giving his testimony for those last 2 transits there for the 5th April 2023. Alrighty, guys, let's come on back here to Zulu, right? There I go.
Yeah, go.
It's long. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to go and edit in the background, but first got to go to the Dizzo. So let me actually share screen here and bring up our charting, right? And I guess what I can do real quick before I get up and just kind of really go in the zone, right? Before sharing this out. Shout out to everyone who has showed, all 7 of you that are here. BD Bay, peaceful greetings to you. They put the star and crescent and 7HS. Appreciate that. BD Bay. And our beloved son in whom we're well pleased, John Alexander Dix. I'm going to say Bay, right? There, he says peace and love. Shout out to you too. Right. Okay. So with that being said, let me give the remote control to Brother Braveheart so he can go and co-pilot this thing here. Right.
The co-pilot of the ship.
What'd you say, bro?
I'm the co-pilot of the ship.
Yeah, indeed, bro. Indeed. So with that being said, we yield the floor to our beloved brother whom we're well pleased. We're already here set for, is this the 23rd? Oh, no, 30th. So we're already set for sunrise for Brother Terrell Tamari Bay to go in with the sauce. We yield the floor to you, bro. Islam.
Okay. We're looking at of March 1443. So the sun is at 9 degrees, Aries, 29 minutes, as you see there. If you can see there. Okay, so this is we're starting with this whole Aries energy. We're basically like we've been speaking of, just connecting to the sense of substance or sustenance, what actually brings this sense of vitality to the physical being, the actual physical form, first house sun in the first house, sun rising. So this is just the initiation to really start the day with something that stimulates you in every format, physically, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, or whatever, right? But yeah, definitely starting the day with some sort of mental stimulation. Maybe even just yoga. Yoga, working out is definitely the vibe, to get the blood flowing. That's the vibe, to just get the blood flowing to the best of its benefit. And with this sun conjunction Chiron energy, a lot of the wounds from the childhood may be coming to the forefront to get some sort of healing going on for, just the improvement of one's character. That's pretty much what's being emphasized here. We can move on to the first aspect for the day, and that's going to be before sunrise. And the moon is going to square Mercury. Like I said, this is before sunrise. Right, so the moon's in the 7th house, 22 degrees Cancer, 4 minutes. Mercury's in the 4th house, 22 degrees Aries, 4 minutes, right? Yeah. 3rd house, you're right, yeah. 3rd house, yeah, 4th house. Wait, 4th house is, okay, yeah. God. All right, so,
Yeah, it's quite a party going on there in Aries.
yeah. Yeah. Huh. So, this is really just a mental challenge in a sense, so to speak, an emotional challenge, a mental challenge. This can be some sort of disagreement or some sort of uncanny information from your mother or a close relative that basically, yeah, it brings a sense of a challenge to it makes me think about, what we were saying last cycle, how with that Mars being in Cancer energy, there's a lot of self-destructive energy going on. So just really be mindful on how you may be reacting to, or how things around you may be a little bit destructive or chaotic. However, it's best to really observe your emotional responses to those activities or actions, or conversations that you may be having, or emotions that you may be feeling, to kind of come to terms with why you feel this way, or why am I giving this thought so much energy, based on, just being sort of fanatical, being stuck in things that that's more than likely not going to happen. You know what I mean? So just kind of yield to listening, so to speak. Be very mindful in what you're listening to, and don't be so moved by your emotions. Rather try to find to express those emotions via, journaling, maybe music, listen to some of your favorite artists, or maybe you should, call your close relative or friend to express those emotions that may be, if you have built up emotions or built up tension that needs to be expressed, or just improvement. This is a self-improvement aspect, with the moon being, how you feel in your emotional processing, and then Mercury is how you're intellectually processing this emotion, You know what I mean? So it could be frustrating. However, it's also a means for you to, like I said, grow, right? So just yield to your emotions. However, don't let your emotions control how you react. Yeah. Right. Okay, moving on. So the moon's going to trine Neptune. And this is like, okay, now you can sort of, this is the moment to test your faith, so to speak, right? So the moon, Neptune is in the 11th house, right? And the moon is in the 3rd house. Yeah, so from that tension, that moon square Mercury, that frustration, but without pain and frustration, you can't really learn, grow. So within that tension or within that frustration, now is the means of sort of, okay, so let's just say you're into astrology, obviously, if you're here. This will possibly be a good time to like look at your own natal chart too, because let's just say you just had an emotional breakdown, everything was just tough. Why is this happening? This moon trine Neptune will kind of give you a sense of clarity pertaining to studying your own natal chart or possibly looking at some astrologer talking about maybe your moon sign and how your moon sextiles the sun in your natal chart. It's just something to kind of bring you some sense of clarity pertaining to something that you already know. However, you may doubt it based off of just doubting yourself because never. Just this is the aspect of like getting over getting over the thought of comparing oneself to someone else, so to speak, right? Because everyone has their own natural talents. So instead of comparing your talents to someone else's, it's just like yielding to what you are capable of and utilizing that to the best of your ability. Mercury in the 12th house is like the goal is mental liberation, and then it's in Aries,
11th,
so
bro.
it's like.
Pardon me, I was just saying it's in the 11th, bro.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Mercury's in the 11th. Okay. Mercury's in the 11th. Right. Yeah. There's the goal for liberation, or the desire for liberation is basically what's needed right now. So to face that with a sense of courage is basically the goal, and to remove unnecessary obstacles. Yeah, so study yourself, or whatever philosophies that you study that helps you connect to your higher self, right? Okay, moving on. Mars is going to trine Saturn. Mars is in the 11th house. Okay, 2 degrees, Cancer, 36 minutes. And Saturn is in the 7th house. 2 degrees, 36 minutes. Okay, this is a very relationship aspects. Yeah. 7 and 3, 3 and 11, 7 and 11. All right, so yeah, this is tomorrow will be very emphasized on whom you're relating with and why. It'll be a means of the reality of it will have to be a sense of tangibility rather than just what things seems to be, right? So there can be a whole new approach or a whole new let's just say plan or idea pertaining to what a relationship consists of and what that actually is, so to speak. So this Mars trine Saturn is giving you the sense of let's just say honesty and passion, so to speak, that kind of unifies this energy to kind of like, let's just say, mitigate any confusion based on, you know, Saturn being in Pisces. So everything can basically be communicated clearly, or to basically clear up anything that may be misinterpreted based off of, you know, how things may be processed with, you know, Mercury still conjunct Chiron, so to speak, separating conjunction. So, you know, those wounds are pretty much at the forefront of the mind. You know, it's kind of clear. However, you also know what basically needs to go. So Saturn trine Mars is giving you that hump to basically remove these things without a sense of self-doubt, or, you know, being, let's just say, being saying or thinking you have to deal with these things because you're comfortable, or because, or whatever role or status that this being may put you at. If it doesn't resonate with you, you don't have to deal with it. It's as simple as that. This is pretty much that reality, because Mars in Cancer is basically going to look to it's looking to just thrive at the things that stimulates it, rather than looking to go for things that stimulate other people, you know. So yeah, that's pretty much that. There's a sense of removal being emphasized with Mars and Cancer for these next 19 days. Yeah. So yeah, moving on. Venus is gonna conjunct Uranus. So this is the desire for everything new. However, also recognizing how this desire for something new also is being recognized, how maybe where things seem too tough, or where there was like too much it was a challenge, this thing challenged you to a level that you may have been uncomfortable with. However, now you can see how that challenge or those challenges have basically helped you, you know, be who you are. You know, it's helping you connect to your artistic sense of being. You know, Venus conjunct Uranus, and I was like, okay, I can basically do whatever I want to do if I'm actually interested. So if you're actually whatever you're interested in, you're gonna figure it out and complete the goal. But if it's a sense of partial interest, or you're interested in it because you're trying to prove something to someone else, or you're interested into it because you're trying to get someone to do whatever, you may act like you're interested into something. It doesn't work if you're not completely interested. So this is pretty much that realization, and how, you know, with that Mercury being in the 7th house, and Chiron there too, right? Yes, Chiron is there too. It's again, it's bringing that reality of what is it like? You can't just point the finger, or like you can't point the finger. There's 3 pointing back at you. So now it's realizing like, okay, there's always 2 beings in a party, or in a contract, or for something to be actualized. There have to be 2 people to consent to it. That's the reality. There's no more well, blah 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 did this, so I blah 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 blah. That whole energy is dead. You know, it's not. This is a sense of accountability with the Venus conjunct Uranus, because now, like I said, there's a sense of recognizing what actually brings a sense of substance and sustenance, you know, to the senses, which would be Venus. You know, touch, taste, smell, hitting. So this is you know, honoring as simple as, just hearing someone's voice, or, listening or touching someone's hand with your hand. All of those things are basically being honored 1,000 times more with this Uranus conjunct. Venus conjunct Uranus. Okay, so the moon aspect after that, as you can see. Hold
Oh
on.
snap! It was after that moon trine Neptune. Was that void of course?
Okay. Wait, what is it?
Was you looking for that void?
Okay.
Void. Oh, yeah.
Got you. The moon trine Neptune was the last aspect. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah, and then like 8 hours and 46 minutes later, there's an ingress into Leo.
Got it. 9:45, 1831. Yes, 8 hours. 8-hour void, of course. 8 hours and 46 minutes, indeed. So the moon's gonna make its last aspect at what time was it?
15 minutes to 1000.
Yeah.
Yes. So definitely for those 8 hours and 46 minutes, do not spend your resources and do not, get that new dress or that new garment or the new keyboard.
If you get the new dress, send me a picture. No, I'm joking.
Just wait it out. Just wait it out, sire. Yes.
Hilarious.
Wait it out.
Today ain't void of course. What's today? Wednesday ain't no void of course today.
It's live.
Stop it.
It's live. You better do it now.
Yeah, I was actually like one of our colleagues within the astrological realm in general. I watched one of their videos the other day, and they had mentioned because it's basic stuff we know about void of course moon. It was like, you can pick something up and begin something because you made a decision. You can pick something up or begin something on a void of course moon, but however the decision was made during the time where the moon wasn't void of course. So it's not that. The thing is, you don't want to actually make a decision about something during a void of course moon. That's basically like what was kind of shared to their perspective. And I was like, that's a pretty interesting perspective to go in on, as far as electional astrology is concerned. And I put the air quotes up there for the reason that's what we're even talking about. We're really just talking about like electional astrology in that sense. However, void of course moon, has its energies expressed in other sites or insights pertaining to astrology also. However, I yield, bro.
Islam.
All
right. Moving on. Moon's gonna go into Leo. All right. Let's look at that. See what that looks like.
Okay.
You're hilarious, man. Is it a beautiful time, yeah?
Yes.
Are you speaking from experience, yeah?
Natively speaking.
Hilarious.
Islam. All right, so Moon and Leo. Wait, hold on. Let me come back to the screen. Yeah. All right, so Moon's in Leo. Where are you?
Oh, you know where it is.
You're so funny, man. Well, I can just do this to make me feel better. I can just say Aquarius is on the rise. So that's going to put 100% Moon in the 7th house. If I want to do my
whole sign in it, huh?
Whole sign speaking.
You know it. I got you, baby. Yeah, but Moon's in the 6th house. This is Oh, and this is at 2:20 a.m. Anti-meridian. This is cool. This is great. If it's clear skies where you are, oh wait, whoa, hold on. We're in the future. Goodness.
April.
Yeah, you gotta hit that previous one good time.
We're in the future, mate. What is he looking at? Look at Saturn. Venus. Look at Venus.
See what happens when you get so excited about Jag going in on the 6th house, man. You
Look at
start
what
skipping
happens.
time.
Look at what happens. Look at what happens.
Definitely
Access
cannot skip time.
denied.
Yeah, do not skip time.
You may
No,
not.
still being a 6. Still being a 6.
Oh wow.
Oh nah.
Well, you knew it was gonna. You guys kind of already knew it was gonna be an attempt because of where Jag's last aspect showed the moon. It was like literally riding the cusp, if I wasn't mistaken, of like the 11th house. So yeah,
That's very true. Very true.
Islam.
Yeah, he's trying. It's like he wants to program me to 6th house. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm a 6th house jump programming. How about that?
Y'all
It's crazy.
hilarious.
So yeah, this is actually pretty cool here. Moon's in the 10th. Mercury's ruling the chart, so to speak. Mercury's in Aries. Mercury is still in the 7th house. Look at that. Yeah, so this is like really, really an emotional blooming, like the lotus flower. You're basically, this is the moment of opening up, like actually being vulnerable, but in a good way. Well, vulnerability is good either way. However, knowing how to not be, let's just say, misdirected within that vulnerability, or using it for a sense of, anything not sincere. You know what I mean? So this is a sense of blossoming. This is like having the courage to basically do the things that you were afraid to do. You know what I mean? It's kind of connecting back to that inner child like energy. And yeah, like embracing the like how beautiful you are. So it's like, really looking in the mirror and knowing like, wow, I'm actually, pretty amazing looking. You know what I mean? It's actually but with honesty. You're not just saying it to make yourself, feel good. You actually feel it inside of you, and within you, that you are this beautiful being. So now you can kind of, you can go out you can go out in the world with courage and a sense of vigor, and like, who gives a fuck what they think? They're gonna judge you anyway, so you might as well do the things that you love to do. You know what I mean? That's pretty much this moon in Leo energy in the 10th house at that. Well, yeah.
You know what? Can I add to your wisdom?
What is wrong?
Only because this, it almost also looks like, because of course I looked at a few things to assist with what I'm saying pertaining to the moon's placement in that 10th. I got a feeling that people are going to recognize that their quote unquote local daycare is going to be incorporating meditating for the children as an activity. Some form of meditative philosophy or yoga. I got a feeling, and there's going to be probably something that goes out as far as a communication, like a quote unquote permission slip from said daycare providers to the mothers and fathers of the children to see if they agree or disagree for the children. That may be it, but that's what I kind of saw, because I was looking, I was like, wow, okay, it's in the 10th house, but it's moon and Leo. Like, it's like, okay, so where I looked, because we're astrologers, we know where also to look as far as dispositorship. And I was like, yeah, I got some incorporation of like some type of, philosophical, mental, for mental fertility type, energies going there. And I think people are going, there's going to be some daycare, and it might even make the news. I just had that real strong, bro. When you was like going over, I'm like listening to you, and I was looking like, because I'm over here doing the advertisements or whatever, but it's like I feel like there's going to be a daycare in the news, and it might be around teaching children yoga and doing meditative breathing practices, like before or after recess or something like that, or before and after when they like go out and play. It's like,
Yeah, I could see that. Bringing an actual yogi too, like the actual yogi to the facility or the home. Actually, it would be a home, a home at a daycare at home, of course. Yeah, can definitely see that. It's to bring the children to a sense of healing, for times to come, to know how to basically to deal with tension or frustration in a sense. Yeah. So
exactly. That's what I didn't say. However, that is accurate. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, I see that.
It's exactly what I was thinking as an alternative to like medicating the children.
Or, yep.
Seriously.
Yeah,
we're going to show you how to meditate, guys, so you don't have to be overdosed on melatonin gummies.
Basically.
Check.
Like, hey, mommy, I can meditate and go to sleep. I don't need one of those gummies. One of those sleep candies.
Bro, that's literally like the next aspect.
Wow.
Bro. Wow, bro.
Yeah, I yield.
That's literally moon opposed Pluto. It's like, I don't need that. Right? Don't need that anymore, mommy. But mommy don't get it.
Know, right? Peace of greetings, Malika.
Hey, Malika.
Islam.
What's good?
Islam. So, wow, look, and it's happening in the 4th house. So Pluto's in the 4th house.
Yeah.
And the moon's in the 10th. Yeah, so the babies, are coming with a refreshing aspect. Something that they learn from school possibly, or it could be a close friend, a younger, lady whose mother might be the guru. So, the younger child, son specifically, basically helping the mother with certain things that maybe needed to be helped with around the house right now, because there's now just like the child or the younger man is now the man now, or the younger boy is now the man of the house, so to speak, or taking on that sense of responsibility. Kind of the child is basically inspired by the parent or the guardian, who they look up to. They literally look up to them. So now this is the sense of like that the roles are kind of reversing or flipping now. The student becomes the teacher, and now the child is basically helping the mother or the elders basically make better decisions for a sense of security. And we speak of longevity rather than temporal security, something that actually will last generations rather than just, let's just say 2 to 5 years or 2 to 7 years, right? We're talking actual centuries of change happening here. So this is you could definitely see a lot of revolt. That word, revolt, revolution or whatever. It'll definitely be prominent. A lot of children will be, and it's on both aspects. You'll see a lot of destruction, from the children. However, you'll also see a lot of gurus that may be, that the term guru is so loose. However, these children will definitely be actual, said gurus who actually challenge these gurus who say they are gurus, right? That's something we'll really be seeing. And it'll be, like I said, it'll be refreshing because, children can teach you a lot if you're really, really paying attention and listening. However, if you're stuck in, you know it all, you won't be able to, yield to that wisdom. So this is basically what we can see here. Like some children specifically, they'll be bringing some sort of reformation within the public world, the quote unquote public world, which are used to seeing, will be definitely annihilated in some sense. Yeah. So yeah, be open to that. With that, I yield. Islam.
So interesting how you say the child will assist their progenitor, and Malika shows up because Sunny assists her with the jurisprudence gem. Just looking at how that energy is moving, and it's also what's also interesting about that with Luna, actually that was Luna square Pluto, right?
Opposing, yeah, it was opposed.
Oh, it was okay. Yeah. Okay, so very interesting for that too. What's been happening electronically for those that aren't a part of the Lawful Living Telegram. I've been seeing it too, Malika. However, there are beings who now, I'm guessing after seeing what's ever on the internet, they're dying. That's Pluto in Aquarius. And what I mean by that is the information and knowledge that is out there, it's killing their platforms, because now the people, the moon, can now take a childlike position, Leo, and really reflect upon the misinformation. Pluto in Aquarius is also misinformation because it's dead information. And what I think is happening is people are going to reflect on things that they thought they knew and beings that they thought they trusted, because they were seeking to prevent something from happening because they didn't want to lose something, instead of having the mindset of being in honor by comprehending what can be done according to statute or municipal code and what cannot be done according to statute or municipal code. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there also, due to the fact Malika's showing up, because I keep my notifications on for the jurisprudence gem Telegram, for Lawful Living's Telegram, and sometimes I see them, sometimes I catch them. As of this past couple of degrees, I've been busy with new manifestation. So even though I get to kind of check and see what it is, and in between doing whatever work I'm doing here also, I get to see that there are people out there losing their fucking mind. And so I just say that to say, again, the only 3 websites you need to be concerning yourself with to make sure you're solid in what you know, right? Get 3 different checks on things. Again, rvbaypublications.com, 7heelstar.com, and lawfulliving.com. That's what I'm about. That's what I do. That's what my bros are about. So
well, you know what's gonna happen is people will be like, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm gonna go follow this guru over here anyway. Forget whatever Brother Terrell just said. Forget all that. Okay. And then they come back like the prodigal son. Always.
Mm-hmm.
The chosen one.
They be sitting here practicing their apology to Malika. All right.
Yes.
See Malika. Like that's what it be.
Yes.
It's like,
yes.
Stop it.
I've gotten stuff that starts off with, I'm so ashamed. I'm like, what?
Wow.
What happened? I'm not judging you. I promise.
Wow.
I promise wow. I'm not. That's why I always have compassion for people, because I know how easy it is to follow the shiny balls.
Yeah.
I know how easy it is to follow the flashy rings and the flashy Rolexes. There was a austerity meeting for the people of France the other day, and the dummy telling everybody they got to tighten up their belts and be more strict and conservative with their spending is wearing a $80,000 hair watch at the time.
Yeah.
And
Armband?
somebody watching the feed must have told Dodo Macron, hey, you got almost a $90,000 watch on your hands, stupid. So he takes it off under the table. He takes it off during the meeting under the table.
Yeah, he's not guilty.
Okay.
At all.
This
No.
is what distracts people. They look at others that are getting the bag and they're like, oh, I want that too. I hear people are getting $100,000 checks. I hear people getting $50,000 checks. I want that in my life. That's going to make you feel better from the rape and pillaging that you've allowed yourself and your family to experience in the past. You think that's what's going to make you feel good. You think that's what's going to make you whole. But you're going to get to the point where, yes, you might have did some process like our friends in the past, or some of our prodigal sons in the past that followed the 10, what do you call? W4 sandwich, 1099,
Yeah.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. They got millions of doll hairs. And then they got grand jury indictments right behind it. Is that what you want? Because I promise you, if you don't know how to beat that grand jury indictment, you probably don't even want to be fucking around in those areas, because you won't know what to do when bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
But you see, when I bought the package, he promised that it would be money made around here. Money made around here, Range Rover, cars and rings, big old diamond chains. It'd be like that kind of thing.
I love it.
Horrible, man. That's what they think, though.
Gracious, yo. Real life. Can't make it up.
You following people because they flashy. They wearing high heels, shiny shoes, big what do you call it? Copper earrings.
Wow. Wow.
They show you a cake with fondant shaped like money, and we get like, oh yeah, I want to get that. I want to do that. And then
no, don't do it.
No, do it.
No.
If it makes sense to you, do it. I didn't do it because it did not make any sense to me. Apparently, I'm too much of a principled woman. So,
Yeah.
I when I ask people certain things and they can't explain it, and they tell me stuff like, "Well, I don't really know how it works, Malika. I'm just trying the quickest, easiest." What? Get when that shit get reversed, then you're gonna come back like the prodigal son again.
You see,
well, that's the whole beauty. And it's funny when you mention stuff like what you mentioned with whatever was on the news a couple of days ago. Why we like people to go back and look at things that was said in these weather reports. Like you can go and look at last cycle's weather report, right? From when we went over for the 22nd to the 29th, and see whatever day that was, or that guy had to take off that 80, 90,000 note watch. See,
yeah,
if
it was like
said
85 G's. Yeah,
wow.
for the watch.
Wow.
So yeah, that might have a alignment with what you guys went over, and even what Brother Terrell went over a few minutes ago about the, because it says once a man, twice a child, right?
Wowzers! Look at that.
Grow up, and especially when we have children, your children will learn that, especially when they get grown, you were still growing. You were still learning, and they were an integral part in your growing up. Some parents resist this, and they often have conflict when their children become adults. They get into you can't tell me nothing, you're my child.
That's not pride.
And I really felt when Hassan said a few weeks ago, and I usually don't express this to anybody, but since he brought it up, I was like, I'm inspired. And what he said was that he realized that people that were sharing information with him did not know anything about the practical application to what
Correct.
they were teaching. So they couldn't help him even when they're like, yeah. So when Hassan's like, yeah, and in this book you sent me, it said this on page 83, and then it gave this suggestion on page 90. You know, what were your thoughts about, like, what did you do to get? And they like, I didn't actually do that. And I usually keep that like a private secret because I don't want to embarrass an elder, you know?
Yeah.
But I do find myself intentionally not asking certain questions to certain people that even because I respect them, because I have a feeling like when you're challenging your parents or any of your elders in your actual, family, like an aunt, uncle, they take it a certain way.
Well, look, let me ask you your wisdom on that. Because my thing is, and I'm not traveling back in time unhealed when I say this, as much as I'm just saying, well, hey, I need redemption for every time I got my ass whipped for lying. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Because I feel deceived. That's all I'm saying.
And you were. You were deceived and abused.
You see what I'm saying? So since that's the case, because and I'm not I love what Prophet Noble Drew Ali has reminded us of. It has been taken supremely out of context by a lot of beings that wear fezzes and or turbans or call themselves Moorish American. They have really fucked up what this is about. And that's why I do my best. I and my brothers, we do our best to be what we see it simply is without trying to aggrandize ourselves, right? So what I'll say is I just much rather, no matter who the elder is, just to be like, well, shoot, we got this far with it. You guys may know, because what I didn't like, I like when the elders was like, well, that's what you're here for. You know, it'd be new Moors with their eyes wide open to push us old Moors to the back. I can respect that. But then the ones that be like, why are you asking me? You got to study to show your own self-approved and do your own, experiments. It's like,
that's
you're
a
getting
cop
around
out.
answering.
That's a cop out instead of saying respectfully and honestly, I don't know. Let's find out together.
Correct. That's what I didn't like. I didn't like the whole, well, you need to sit your ass down and study. It's like now in retrospect, I can be like, damn, she ain't fucking know what the fuck she was talking about either.
Right. Because that's the cop out. I don't know what I'm talking about. So I start yelling at you about why you didn't go study. Bitch, how you know I didn't study? How you think I'm able to ask an intelligent question?
Exactly. So I know there's a lot of people out there in the Moorish community like, damn, why Hassan sending us to a woman's website? She got a haircut. She ain't got on no motherfucking turban. At the end of fucking day, she's way more enforcing the law than you motherfuckers who claim that you are upholding what Prophet Noble Drew Ali says, help me in my mission to bring my people back into the constitutional fold of government. Wow. And Malika's doing that way more than Moorish Americans that Islam Mo. First of all, Mo is shortening the truth. So I know you're a liar. That's just my thing. Don't get it twisted. I have loved ones that say that amongst themselves. I don't like that shit. However, they're still my loved ones. You know what I mean? I'm a bit of, that's why I stay to myself and stay to my loved ones. That's
right.
Quote unquote,
stay in your echo chamber, like somebody just accused me of being. Yes, I'm in my echo chamber.
I mean, we all saw Bubble Boy.
Yeah, he was the safest person ever.
Basically, because you're not being, because the biggest danger, I think what's more dangerous, and I'm not encouraging anyone to go play in commerce on the road called traffic, but what's kind of worse than getting hit by a land conveyance is, because it was brought up in class the other day. I don't know if it was Steve that said it or Eliyahu, and they were like, yeah, man, I was taking these free law classes with Harvard or whatever that they were saying. He was like, and I realized that I had to basically snap out of it because of the hypnosis that I went under. Learning what it is they were teaching. And that's what's fucking the most dangerous, because it's you guys remember that episode of SpongeBob, and then I yield after this so that we can finish the weather report. But this is great. This is a great intermission. You remember that episode of SpongeBob when SpongeBob went to learn art from Squidward? And SpongeBob was flawlessly drawing things, and Squidward was like, no, that's not how it's done. To the point by the time Squidward was giving all the advice and lessons to SpongeBob, SpongeBob was not as great an artist as he was before getting the lesson.
Mm-hmm.
That's, you guys got to see that episode of SpongeBob. And what you'll see is he was asking SpongeBob to draw different things, to sculpt different things, and he was making these flawless masterpieces. And Squidward's envy and jealousy was like, nah, you ain't doing it right. You must do this first. You must do that first in order to have X, Y, and Z so you can be this great artist according to Squidward's standards, right? Which now makes me think about the tentacles of the ignorant within the quote unquote public trust. That shit's like a fucking squid. It's sitting there dictating to you what's the best and what's not the best. And the whole time you just being some square pants, absorbing things naturally, sponge, absorbing things naturally, and then expressing who you are naturally without someone's tentacles fondling your mind. And so if you guys see that episode of SpongeBob, literally, I don't know if you got to type SpongeBob learns art from Squidward on YouTube.
Sunny just pulled it up as soon as you said it. She found it.
Yeah, I'm shit. What is it? Y'all look at that.
I wasn't allowed to watch TV in school, so I don't know anything about SpongeBob. So
watch that episode and watch how amazing SpongeBob is until after being told that he's not doing it right. And then he becomes a piece of shit artist. That's what's happening in the world collectively. It's like that episode of the Parkers when they did the Wild Wild West version. And Junie, it was like, what's 2 + 2? And Junie was like, 4? And Kim was like, nah, silly, it's 5. Like, but she's the teacher teaching the class. And that's why I'm just like, yeah, man, this is some fucking bullshit. That's what's happening in the world. So yeah, if I am a Moorish American national and I say, yeah, go to this sister, and because you'll learn what Prophet Noble Drew Ali was saying we need to enforce, and you go, well, she don't have on a turban. Well, okay, go kill yourself. Like, because that's what you're doing.
It's okay. Anyone who wants to use whatever prejudice to not listen to someone else, that's fine. It doesn't matter what the prejudice is. You're allowed to have them. And
true.
And my issue is that coming from a marketing and sales background, not just being a marketer and sales person, but being a teacher and a consultant, getting paid the big bucks to teach people how to run their entire businesses. I know that one of the best things you can do as a deviler is appear to the people how they preconceive you to need to look. That's a sales and marketing tactic. You want the people to listen to you, prostrate yourself, pander to a particular way that they will best receive you so that they could open up their wallets and give you money. And because I don't give a fuck about that, I'm going to present myself how I am. And I'm going to allow people's prejudices and everything else, bar them from hearing me. It's okay. I'm okay with that. I bald my head for a reason.
Yeah, I don't think that should be, you're right. People can have their prejudices. However, if I allowed this is the thing too with me. See, being around Brother Taj for those, every other Friday and or Saturday for 15 months straight. And I remember him saying, don't support someone because they're cool. You like their sneakers, or you think they're cute. Support people who are sincere. That's what I stand on. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's a rapper video that I shared with the bros the other day. I don't think this brother has one side of his body has no arm and the other side of his body has a short arm, and he's a really good rapper. And then the first thing came to my mind was like, how the fuck did he write that shit? I know that's horrible to ask, right? However,
you dead ass wrong, bro.
No, but think about what I'm saying though. Imagine if I determined not listening to the rat because he doesn't have hands.
It's fine.
That's foolish as fuck. Dude was spitting and that shit was rocking. And I was like, damn, let me play that again. I know I got about 2-3 views from me. You see what I'm saying? So, okay, so great. She doesn't have a turban. She's not saying she's Malika L or Malika Bay. Did you get the message? Can you ignore the messenger? Did you get the fucking message? You know what I'm saying?
Most people are just fucking fanatical and fanatics with that shit. Like you said, prejudices and stuff. That's fine, but most people are like fanatics, though.
That's okay. I'm okay with that. I like my echo chamber. I like, going caca, and someone answers back caca, and we can continue from there. I'm not here to convert anybody.
Islam.
So
Mm-hmm.
and like I said, the best thing I did for myself as a marketer and a salesperson is to never apply those things to when I'm talking to people sincerely. I'm not going to dress up, dress down. I'm not going to do anything for your dollar. Okay. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to stop cursing for your dollar. I'm not going to start wearing makeup when I'm not going to do nothing for you. Nothing. So it's you take the message or you don't take the message, because I got the golden key. I got the goose that lays the golden egg. I got the keys to the kingdom. I have what other people are seeking, and it's okay if you don't want to receive it from me. Because I have enough. I have enough people to help.
Yeah, just don't be bitching and moaning, talking about, oh, well, man, I need help with this. And how come they ain't teach this? I mean, they got this on RV Bay publications, but how come when I call them, they don't help me with this, and that, and that? Actually, if you comprehend whatever you comprehend, you'll be able to fucking figure it out and then take your critical thinking skills and get even stronger when you come to the jurisprudence gym.
Damn, critical thinking skills, bro. We need a remedial class for that.
That shit it almost makes me, this is why I love my biological mother, because now I'm going to say it in other terms first before I say it correctly. I'm glad she used other people's addresses so I could go to predominantly Caucasian schools, because I was sleeping in the hood. I'm hearing gunshots and shit, but when I get up in the motherfucking morning, I'm going to the county, or what they call the suburbs, and they're like, you know what I'm saying, in different locations. And that's where I'm getting in the book set. So it's like, I'm when I'm not in school, I'm in the hood. When I'm in school, I'm not in the hood. So it's like now I feel like the dude that was on what's that? Is that ATL? The dude that knew the whole time but ain't say nothing to T.I. character. That's how I be feeling sometimes. So I'd be like, dang, yo, like, you can kick it with some people in the hood and you say something to them and they be like, nigga, that shit sound dumb as shit whole time. This is something that these beings out in the county with a different curriculum than what they got are practicing flawlessly. It's like, damn, yo, like, and that's why it was so easy for me to be a salesman / marketer when I was, even though I never held a job longer than 3 or 4 months working for somebody else. Let me create a product or do anything. Like I'm telling you, if you're a blizzard, I got snowflakes for you. Right. You're a well, hey, you seen this water? Right. That's how I've always been, because of the fact that, you know what I mean, I technically, you know what I mean, raised by my mother, of course, but it wasn't always, you know what I mean, smooth living. You know what I mean? I grew up in the hood for real. Seen nigga shot in my face at 8 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, so horrible. It is what it is. However, after that, you know what I mean, seeing all that, now I'm going back to school. You know what I mean? And being the only copper tone being in the copper tone male in the 3rd grade. And it happened to me in the 5th grade. So I
come from a culture that values education. So wherever that good education is, that's where we're going to be. We don't look to the left. We don't look to the right. We don't see who else look like me and all that bull, because it's about the mindset.
Word.
It's about the mindset. I don't care what you look like on the outside. I don't care what direction you face when you pray. I'm just glad you pray. I don't care anything that's going to prejudice me against what is true in your heart. I do my best to see everybody in that way. So,
Indeed.
you know, if anybody wants to put up barriers to who they want to hear from, that's fine. You know, what I don't do is I'm not buying your bullshit just because you look like me, just because you brown like me, just because you come from where I may come from. I'm not giving you no leeway. I'm going to look for the content of your character. I'm not going to make excuses for you or against you.
Flat out. I totally rock with that all day for real. Cause that's why I said I learned how I learned by, you know what I'm saying? I come back speaking one way, like I got to speak at school, but I come home and, you know, people, what they say in the hood in their ignorance, yo, stop talking like white people, yo, you sound corny as shit.
That's why I was glad I'm a foreigner. Okay. So I got an excuse. Shut the hell up. Leave me alone. I'm a foreigner. That's why I talk white. That's right. Goodbye.
I mean, it's definitely not an offense to me now because I comprehend what status actually is, not some package sold to you. So
I talk like I'm white because I am white. My status is white.
That's where I'm at. My status is white. So cool. Call me a white man. You know, that's very accurate, actually, pertaining to my status.
Actually, you're right.
Exactly. The fuck you already know. However, it's interesting that we're talking about this. Sunrise is happening on the 31st March 2023, looking at Friday. I only have one testimony here, so it's good that we took in this time to do that. It'd be, you know, like I had a couple testimonies, but I'm glad we got to discuss this. And those of you that are seeing this now and will see this in the dimensions to manifest term, the future, I trust that you can enjoy this here also. And let's just check the chat before I go in. But it's interesting because 10 degrees Aries, right? 10 degrees Aries. You see sunrise is happening at 0600 hours, 57 minutes and 5 seconds. All righty. And on the 31st March 2023, right? 10 degrees Aries, 28 minutes is where this solar ascendant conjunction is happening. 10 degrees Aries, right, is spiritual triumph, scientific interest, and a degree of electricity. 11 degrees Aries is spiritual intuitions. And look at the conversation we just had pertaining to those energies at 10 and 11 degrees Aries. So this is how is it with spiritual triumph? Spiritual triumph, but not being discriminating. Because, you know, you don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. All because the baby it doesn't have on a turban. Do you know what I'm saying? Not calling Malika a baby. I'm just using that as to make the quick reference. All righty. Scientific interest. We're more scientists. And I'm telling you, being interested in not just astrology, however, also civics, to assist in bringing our people back into the constitutional fold pertaining to governing ourselves accordingly. A degree pertaining to electricity. We're on the internet, on electronic devices, sharing with you guys freely our mindset and how we comprehend things. And we're not looking for you, as Malika said, we're not looking for you to convert. However, please stop bitching and moaning after we done gave the answer. Do not bitch and moan, because that's where I shut my ears up. Especially when it's like, hey, go here for your remedy. But I'm just saying, I want to play my violin and bitch and moan while I'm playing. No, I got things to do. How is it spiritual intuitions? Because I'm also expressing with you guys that, you know, I allow my intuition, you know, especially after the adequate suggestions from two Moorish mothers to say, hey, go and check out Lawful Living. And it's like, after that, it was just like, feel it out. I'm a triple water trinity. So I definitely can feel people way better than I can hear them. You see what I'm saying? And
we're gonna let Brother Terrell finish his weather forecast.
Oh no, it's me. It's on me now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on me now. So that's why I'm saying, like, it's interesting that this sunrise, where the sun is at 10 degrees Aries, 28 minutes, is between 10 degrees Aries, which is spiritual triumph, scientific interest, a degree pertaining to electricity. And 11 degrees is spiritual intuitions. And the sun is literally between those two things during this sunrise for the 31st. Friday is a holy day for Moorish Americans, right? This is a day that man formed in the flesh and the day man parted out of flesh. And then also, it's also the Ekadashi Titi for us to fast from grain for those that observe the Ekadashi Titi or the Ekadashi fast during the Ekadashi Titi. So with that being said, looky, Astro Cookie, this is also a Shukla Paksha trine that's going on, right? And Shukla Paksha in Vedic astrology is when the moon is increasing in light right before it's a full moon. So this is the 120 degrees that the moon will be away from the sun prior to a full moon. Alrighty, so with that being said, that will be my first aspect. However, just right here, guys, where's Mars? Mars is clearly in Cancer, right? And Mars in Cancer is usually, some people would be like, oh, that's domestic violence. People have dealt with, women being abused because Mars is the warlike energy, and Cancer is nurturing, maternal. However, let me tell you what else Mars in Cancer also is. Mars in Cancer is someone who is very active in the home in ways of making sure things are clean, things are set, things are being cooked, right? So Mars in Cancer is the fire with which you prepare the food. That could be your stove, that could be your oven, that could be your George Foreman grill, or something of that nature, whatever it is that you choose to prepare. It can also be the cutting utensils, also Mars in Cancer. However, it also may be a means for you to really put on high your mother, right? In other words, since Mars is the energy that rules Aries and ruling over this sunrise at this particular time, mothers may find themselves actively communicating, from a position of, being the ones that's being listened to, and with that being said, being under Mercury's rulership, Mars, right? While it's in Cancer, it is under Mercury's rulership. Mercury's in the first house, if I'm not mistaken, right? With Sun, Chiron, Jupiter, and Sun, Chiron, and Jupiter. So communication can be very expansive, especially when it comes to wounded healing, in order to bring the light, alrighty, to making sure that we are really allowing ourselves to spiritually triumph, being between things that are dealing with scientific interest and our spiritual intuition. And with that, I yield the floor. My first transit, or the only transit that I have, actually, is taking place well after sunrise. It's taking place at approximately 1600 hours and 29 minutes. The actual time from near the Baltimore Corporation, Maryland State Republic is 4:28:50 post meridian, or 1600 hours, 28 minutes and 50 seconds for the 31st March 2023. And Luna is clearly in the 12th house in Leo, right? So Luna in Leo in 12th house just makes me think home, children, spirituality. Just to give some brief, quick keywords for Moon, Leo, 12th house. Sun is exalted, of course, in its exaltation sign, just about 8 degrees, 8 minutes away from its exaltation degree, which is 19 degrees Aries. It's there in the 8th house. All righty. So 8th and 12th type of Shukla Paksha trine here. What I would say in the sun, of course, is it's interesting. There's children again with the sun and creativity, self, right? And inheritance as far as 8th house is concerned, just to give some brief keywords, right? So sun, Aries, and 8th house would be children, self, inheritance. Moon and Leo in the 12th house would simply be home, children, spirituality. So with that being said, that's kind of back to the theme again of doing yoga within a daycare, or people really allowing their children in a certain way, shape, or form to participate in some meditative practices. I will also say in being very creative with the values of others, or being able to make sure that you're being very wise in how you handle someone else's energy, even when you know that someone is completely relying on your opinion. It would be best to not take advantage of someone, because this kind of energy, if one was to take advantage of someone on this particular trine, I think by the time the moon is full, or by the time this aspect happens again, there will be an unvelation so clear that you will have earned someone's distrust in perpetuity. They will never talk to you again. They will never be able to trust you again. So I think it would be wise, and interestingly, final dispositor for this is Jupiter. And Jupiter's there at the sun's exaltation degree. Looky, looky, astro cookie. Therefore, do not overindulge in taking advantage of someone else's trust. 8th house is inheritance. 8th house is also OPP, other people's property, because it's the values to the relationship. The relationship is 7th house. The values, or the 2nd house to the 7th, is 8th. All right. And that's where inheritances pour from. So make sure that you allow yourself to be honest, tell the truth to your little ones, as well as tell the truth to those that are actually trusting you, with what they have as a lack of knowledge right now. They're trusting you to really guide them. So do not be deceptive. That's how I look at this particular trine here. So really allow yourself to be very creative in your ideals, and being in how you're basically using that joint account energy to have a harmony with the people that may be isolated from having such creativity such as yourself. So just be honest, be honorable, stay trustworthy. And with that, I yield the floor to my beloved brother, in whom I'm well pleased, Brother Shaunaline L. I think, Brother Terrell, you can ask for remote control if you like, bro, because I will still go and advertise while Brother Sean's doing his Saturday and Sunday thing there. I thought I just approved it. Okay, there you go. You have the remote control now too, Brother Terrell. All right, and I yield the floor to Brother Shaunaline L. Islam.
Islam Jag with the remote control.
Indeed. Co-pilot. April Fool's
We both
again.
together will pilot this ship.
Y'all hilarious, man.
All right, Islam. All right, we got sunrise occurring at 0600 hours, 55 minutes. April 1st. So, wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month. And it's happening on a Saturday, guys, on a Saturn day. What better way to initiate many things you have been putting off? So, like Brother Jag and Brother Hassan was saying with the yoga, right? And I think on this Saturn day, there will be some mental fire that would only not one, kind of remove or burn away any worries or anxieties, but two, to bring you that mental spark that is needed, right? To be of service to yourself and others. Sun ruling the 6th house cusp. And Mars is also in some extra rulership in there as well, in the 3rd. So yeah, really just clearing your mind of everything that is not serving you, that's not bringing you joy, especially, mentally and externally. So maybe someone's going to rise up and clean their house, right? Or even have a conversation of some sort. See, Saturn's in the 12th. Yeah, like I said, really just meditate and really just lay out a list of goals and things that you would like to accomplish for the month of April. With that, I will yield the floor. Occurring before sunrise, we have a lunar Uranian square. Oh yeah, Brother Jag, go ahead and get it out, because this is the only one. This is only
What say? What?
7th house.
That's what you get, man. You do it to yourself every time.
Bro, I went a fortnight, and I was like, before we started, I was like, why are you waiting? Let me see if
why are we waiting?
I was like, oh dang, the first one. I was like, well, coming out strong, coming out relating, right?
It's long.
Right. Aquarius on the rise, 13 degrees, 33 minutes. All right, we've got Luna in the 7th, and we have Uranus in the 3rd. All right, making a square, some would say challenging, stimulating, tension, whichever way or fashion you like to tailor that to work for you. All right, so yeah, Luna and Leo. I literally just got someone like having a disagreement, but then getting each other gifts. It's like, yeah, you know, I know we kind of had a little disagreement, but hey, I got you this gift. Right. And it's also Luna and Leo. This is really just for one being the people, really just relating, right? Pouring out your heart, shining your light when it comes to conversations with others or business with others or contracting. Uranus in the 3rd. This is a really good time to, man. If you're not in Lawful Living or like watch any of our lectures, it'd be a really good time to watch that. Uranus with Taurus in the 3rd house is about bringing value to your mentality. So probably even like taking what they would say like a little day trip somewhere, maybe going to a gallery or a museum. In that fashion, we got Uranus, you know, ruling the ascendant. Also there with Saturn, we got Saturn in the 1st. Yeah, it's becoming more clear on what's for you and what's not for you, right? So it might not be beings outside of you that's the problem. It could be you, you know, and with that Luna, Uranus square, you could be feeling riled up, you know, or emotional, but you're just riding it out and feeling it. Why? You know, this is kind of like the opportunity to be stimulated by things that you have, you know, swept in the rug or, you know, put things in the closet instead of being like, oh shit, damn, everybody see this dirt that I've been piling under the rug. It's like, all right, well now it's no longer trying to avoid these things. So let me take this opportunity to take care of things, right? And just handle things, right? And instead of being so avoidant, as they would say, really just stepping in that's what you know that you need to do, right? Sometimes you might need a fire lit up under your ass or a disagreement or something, however that fashions and works for you. With that, I will yield the floor. Next up, we have a lunar Venusian square. So yeah, just starting out that Saturn day with some you know, stimulating energy. Let's see. Got Luna in the 5th. All right. Venus in the 1st. Oh, I got you right there. 5th and the 1st. This is more of a treat yourself kind of day, right? Maybe taking yourself, possibly, you know, even a loved one, right? So like a spa or a movie day. This could even be like going to the library for those that like to read. You could go to the library. Others could maybe want to go to the museum. Venus is ruling too. So I wonder where the 18 degrees Taurus is. No, it's not the scientist, not leader of a party. However, yeah, it's a very organizational kind of day.
Hey man, I think that's it. I think that's self-made man.
Self-made man.
I think so.
Yeah,
Which
so,
one? Pardon me, my bad,
18
I was
degrees
sharing.
Taurus.
Said 18 Taurus. That sounds about right. Leader of a party. 19 is self-made man.
Gotcha.
Right. How Malika was talking about that guy was like, yeah, don't go out here and spend money, but you know, I've got this $80,000 watch. I think being really gonna start coming together, yo. It's like, how the fuck are these people tell us what to do, but they doing it?
Somebody
Like-
whispered into his mic, stop the cap! Stop the cap!
Yo, I have to see that video. You know, we might have to do one of our 1-2s with that, brother Sean.
Man, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just, you know, to continuing on, right, with that 5th and 1st, Probably also some, let's see, because fifth house deals with like children, right? Venus, they also tied it to like commerce, relating. So this is even coming to mind to like beings putting their finances, their energy together to initiate a new project or finish one up. It's probably even like a Children's Day type energy. So maybe someone's starting to plan to do something for the children, and probably I would say that next lunar Venusian aspect will be when they actually plan that. Or maybe when that trine. Yeah, they're planning it now. They're probably stressful, like, oh my gosh, I want to do all this for the children, but it's like, just relax. Hey, man, get down. Wow, no, get off the bro, get off the couch. What are you doing? I know you ain't supposed to be up there.
Talking to the puppies.
Pardon me. Man, heck yeah, man.
That sounded like that one with your testimony just now, but it's all good.
Literally,
man.
It's funny.
Seriously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was good.
Yeah, and I think on that note, I will yield and get into final aspect of the day.
Let me just add to that. If you you should probably go thrifting, and if you don't do that, it should be a good time to do something like that. Like get some new garments or something. Get something new and fresh that you like.
Oh, yeah, and donate to Goodwill too if you got a bunch of clothes that well, if you want to give it to Goodwill, even just do like a yard sale or make a post, if anyone needs this, I'm getting rid of this, right? If you don't want to give it to Goodwill. But just giving it things, I want to say like the less fortunate. I don't like saying that. Just giving things a being that could need something that you don't need anymore.
Wow.
Right. We got up next, we've got the lunar Jupiterian trine, right? We've got Jupiter posted up in the 11th. We got Luna in the 4th, right? So occurring 6 houses away. We got Aries and Leo, some very fire energy, right? Head and heart. And Jupiter's on 11. So I'm saying this day in and out. There's going to be, I don't want to say like a meeting, but I think beings are going to start to see kind of things on the internet. Maybe some guru, right, is talking about this, or someone that's so-called famous for something, speaking on things. Luna being a Leo, is the people in the home, they might be able to relate to it. Or they'll be like, you know what? I used to be able to relate to a lot of things, but now I'm now starting to see things differently. I'm wanting to go on my own path. So that's another thing too here with this lunar Jupiter trine, is maybe just stepping out on your own and walking your own path. Releasing things that you thought were once important or got you to a certain point, but now you're realizing that it's time for a new journey, new chapter. Mercury ruling the chart. Mercury's in the 12th, at 26 degrees. So, the 12th to this spirituality. So maybe taking a run or sun gazing early in the morning. Yeah, sun gaze if you can around this time. Whether it's, oh my gosh, 1, 2, 5, 10, 20 minutes. Just get a little sun gaze, possibly even take one of your favorite books out there. Gemini too. And just be open to some conversations. What y'all doing up here? Come on.
They're the quietest puppies on the planet.
Oh man, you should hear them running up and down the steps. It sounds like a whole army coming up.
Wow.
Stampede, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like what was that, Jumanji? When it was all when our man was loose and they was running.
Yeah.
Wowzers.
But y'all were exciting a little bit. But final spot of Jupiter's final sign 11-2. Yeah, I think there's gonna be a lot of things that come to light. I think beings are gonna start to realize that hoarding isn't the best thing, right? and to be more about the people. And on that note, I will yield and we'll move into the Sunday, to the soul day.
Bro, they're doing something with our link. I just shared the link out to a couple of beings. It showed up right on Facebook. However, it's really wild. See what happens if you guys was to share the link from YouTube and see if it's coming up with some German crap. Like German. It's someone else's, like it's someone else's videos or stuff coming up. It's like, what is that about? But you already know what it is. I'm not really tripping. This happens. I'll be back, it's almost like it's sharing just lives, period, anywhere without giving me the actual link to what it is that we're doing. I think that's interessante. However, it's all good. I'm not tripping. But it showed up right in Telegram and it showed up right in Facebook. But I'm sharing via Instagram and iMessage, and it's taking it somewhere completely elsewhere. I think that's interesting. However, I yield the floor.
Oh yeah, I see that shit.
See that?
What the fuck?
Yeah, where is it going? Like, from Instagram, be like, this video is not available. From the iMessage, it takes you to something totally elsewhere. Look, guys, we're just little old 7 Hailstar. But that's how I know we actually are doing the right thing, because it's like, it happens every once in a while. I think CIA or something, they try to redirect or whatever, or try to watch. Like I told you, wherever I travel, I feel like it's a stage family, either put across the street or in the backyard, behind me type, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't trip. I think it's cute, actually. I'm actually flattered.
You guys want to watch me? Oh,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm flattered. Like, bro, little old me? Okay, little just me and my bros. Okay. I guess you know what I mean. They like, dang, they keep pushing bricks and bricks of testimonies. It's like, I can't believe it. They're totally
no T-Pain.
What'd you say, bro?
I said no T-Pain.
I know, right? Like, it's completely not trafficking. Guys, we're building a dossier, but they're actually doing the right thing. It's like, hey, like Brother Todd says, we declare and proclaim your nationality. Don't even try to hide. There's no point of hiding. They're already watching you.
Oh man, Brother Jay, I gotta tell you something too. I was telling Brother Exalt the Cyclops and Living Master earlier.
Islam.
Let me quit doing 3 things at once, right? Messing with the pups, doing laundry. Let me chill. Let me get this done.
Well, while we're waiting on you to do the second portion, because I know you're taking care of the puppies there.
I'll just put them up. Yeah, I think I'm gonna sit for a little bit.
Slim Herbin says, peace, greetings, peace and love, nobles. Michael Fort says, Islam Moors, peace and love. Pardon me. I know Malika's here now. I didn't see it till now, but Malika says, greetings, brothers and sisters. Open the 642 says, greetings. Slim Herbin puts 5 100s up there from, I'm pretty sure he's agreeing
500
with something we said earlier, right? 500, right?
500?
Half a grain, you feel me? Brother Dark Blash Bay says, greetings. Mother Janelle Blash L says, Islam family, right? 7 says, is she on YouTube? Malika's on Rumble. You can catch some of those classes on Rumble. I'll find the link. Maybe I'll put it in the description. I'll put Malika's.
I have a YouTube, but it's only to watch YouTube. I don't post on YouTube.
Got you. Yeah, that's why I was like, they want to
apparently I got thousands of subscribers that have not seen me post a single thing in 12 years. So
it's amazing.
Yeah. Don't sign up because all you're gonna see is when I like Hassan's video or like some other video. Right. That's all you're gonna be seeing.
Or go to Rumble if you guys can't wait for the link, which I mean, don't wait for the link, but I'm pretty sure once I go to Rumble and I can grab the link myself, and I'll put it in the description.
It's just like rumble.com/lawful
Yeah.
living. You should be able to find it like that, or just do a search for lawful living.
Correct.
It should come up.
And they can immediately watch the as above, so below classes.
Yes, and you'll see why I'm now getting haters on the and that's one of the reasons I don't have YouTube. I don't like to get distracted by haters.
Well, that's how we know we're doing something right.
I don't need their validation.
No. Hear me out. No one believes in you more than your haters.
No, they don't believe it in me.
No, they have to. What is their hate based on?
This is what I don't like about my haters. They're illiterate.
But they have belief.
I'm not gonna discuss anything with an idiot, an illiterate.
Do you get that a hater makes you their god? No, I'm really think about it. Look, you know what I'm saying? Seriously, look, think about it.
I don't think about haters. I don't talk about haters. I don't speak to haters.
Just think about it. It takes a lot.
She ain't never played Mano one day in her life.
It takes a lot of energy to try to dispel or disprove someone when all you can do is just ignore them and say nothing about them. You're promoting. Yes.
And they get more upset and they say stupid stuff like, see, you couldn't prove your point to me. That means you have no point.
Wow. That's again, for my favorite 4-word question, according to who's thinking.
What are you talking about thinking?
See, they're back to critical thinking again. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, hey, look, I still think your biggest believers in you, those that believe in you the most, are the ones that disagree.
I totally disagree.
Oh, then we can agree to disagree.
And I just block haters. Believers. I just block. I actually tell haters that they won. You've won. Just like that, and they're still mad.
You won the block award.
You've won. Right. I didn't tell them what they won.
You've won the block award.
Spoiling my surprise.
You won the Big Dummy Award. You
big dummy.
You won the block award. If you want to argue with me, please set an appointment and consultation and make sure you give a generous donation, because I'm not coming to your party otherwise.
300 no consultation fee.
Why would someone use that much? I'm just saying, see, look, maybe it's because I'm a triple water sign. Like I said, I'm a Cancer sun and ascendant. I'm a Scorpio moon in my midheaven in Pisces. The path of least resistance is I do so much better ignoring a motherfucker. Because then they don't exist.
Yeah,
however,
but I just trying to figure out why it makes them mad when you do that. Like, this guy was trying to debate me. All I said was, you win. I gave him his prize, block. And then I see him crying to his friends. She blocked me, as soon as I challenged her bullshit because she had no point. And I ignored that too.
In his head, the god Malika in his head must act a certain way. You must have lightning come out of your fingertips and frogs to show that there's going to be a family.
Why you want me to show you all that? You should have married me. Stop it. Wow. Don't be asking me to don't be asking me to perform for you.
You gotta get through your husband for that one, and I don't think
right. Don't be I gotta perform for you. No, what? You should have married me.
Yeah, that's bananas. Yeah, I'm just gonna, again, I agree to disagree with you. I still think your biggest believers are your haters, because that takes a lot of faith to sit there and want to waste time on disagreeing with someone. That's major.
What's interesting is I want to show people that it's not just disagreeing, because I'm, me and Hassan are disagreeing right now. That's not the problem, right? The problem is how people handle when they disagree. So
that's because I'm not a hater, nor do I hate you. So you know what I mean? Like,
same. So when if you wish to disagree with me, it's fine. but it depends how you come at me. So if you come at me like, okay, you said this, I don't see it that way, I see it like that. So I could be like, okay, well, what's the foundation of where you're seeing that from? And you could be like this, and I could be like, okay, well, here's that. And, you know, we can discuss, right? What is the disagreement? But what people try to do is make an assumption about what you know or not, or what you've done or not. And they come at you with an attitude, a disingenuous attitude, where they're not actually trying to comprehend anything, nor are they even trying to argue what they might feel is a good and valid point.
Wow.
So then what you talking for?
To hear themselves.
If you just want to tear somebody down, I'm not here for that. I don't actually debate as it's etymologically defined. Debate means to beat down. I'm not beating you. If I care about you and I care about you hearing what I have to say, how would it benefit our relationship if I'm trying to beat you down? I have to not care about you or not care about our relationship, whatever it may be, for me to actually debate you, which means to beat you down. If I feel like beating you down, I'm gonna walk away.
Yeah,
because my spirit is telling me I don't care for you. And if I don't care for you, what the fuck I care what you think? To debate you. Get out of here. Keep your stupid mindset. You illiterate. But I'm not gonna say that to you. I'm gonna keep it to myself, because then that would be talking to you. And I don't want to talk to you, stupid. Because when people call me stupid, I ask them why they still talking to me. If they're just the dummy whisperer. And I end the conversation right there. As soon as they say, oh, you stupid, this, that, right? Well, if I'm stupid and you still talking to me, would that make you
stupid?
if I deem you stupid, I tell you, you will know, because I will immediately, I'm not the stupid whisperer. I will immediately disconnect and stop talking to you. I will not actually even call you stupid for that reason. I am not the stupid whisperer. I will just recognize and move on.
Indeed. Indeed. All right, Brother Sean's got Palm Sunday, y'all.
Yeah, you know, we out here just doing these haters like public agents. Why are you talking to me?
Flat out. Why do we have a contract?
Precisely. I just like prefacing it with the if I'm stupid and you're talking to me part, because that really gets them. Because then I get them to shut up forever, because they've already deemed me stupid. And I tell them if they keep talking to me, they're the stupid whisperer or the dummy whisperer. That really burns them.
It's like, damn, she got me.
Yeah, because if I say something now, fuck, I already called her stupid.
Flat out. The fuck. Anyway, go ahead, Brother Sean. We yield, man. I gotta use the Moor's room. I'll be back. But I yield, bro. It's fine.
Indeed. Yeah, we got sunrise for Sunday, 12 degrees. Aries, still ruling that 6th house. Yeah, for this sunrise, guys. And when the sun's really conjuncting that Chiron, I would really just say like focus, or really just tune into like your heart and head space on things once again that you don't serve you no more, just some wounded pain, but there's gems within that, some wisdom within that pain that's been stored. So some things might come up, or some could even be having some dreams. So really look up some dream interpretations and just be able to don't reject what's coming up, because it's a lesson for you to learn. Right? Because how can you really experience anything new and move on from anything when you're still holding on to older things, past things, right? That hasn't served any purpose. Breathe. Do that box exercise. Inhale 4 seconds. Hold 4 seconds. Exhale 4 seconds. Hold. Whatever times that fit for you. So yeah. For the sunrise, box breathing, and reflecting on things that hurt you in the past and how that shifted or transpired your growth to get you where you are now. With that, I yield the floor. before the sunrise, we have a lunar Mercury conjunction. All right, so yeah, following that sunrise, we're at a oneness with our emotions and our subconscious and our communications. And yeah, shout out to me for giving you this service. Luna and Mercury is
Hold on. We went back in the future.
Oh, we
Bear
went
with
back.
Bear with me, so yeah.
Oh wait, we got a trine conjunction.
There's a trine, my fault.
Trine, okay.
Pardon me, sire.
I left the phone downstairs. Had to run after the kids, man.
The kids, the goats.
Kids, man, baby dog over here.
There you go. Moon and 8th. Mercury and 4th.
Yeah, it would be cool to have some kids though, some baby goats hanging around.
Get you some baby goats there. You know what I'm talking
about? Get that land, man. I'm just fooling it. The baby goats, right? However, moving on. Mercury's in the 4th, Moon is in the 8th.
However,
it's gonna be interesting. Mercury. It's gonna be like a fiery conversation, but just however you want to take it, right? A passionate conversation, or writing, right? This is even writing too. So someone could be wanting to write, start like a book, maybe in some sense, or it's kind of like a workout plan too, even though it's not 6, but Mercury's ruling at 6, which is looky. 6 and a 9. Yeah, I think there's really gonna be an exercising of the mind. It's kind of like, yeah, this is like applying principles. If you've been, at home learning how to do karate, you'll be looking to initiate that in some form of fashion. Saturn's ruling chart, Saturn's in the 2nd. I think there's going to be like a full circle moment here. Seems 3 full circle moment. So be open to conversations these days. Just really expressing what one needs to. And yeah, just get it out. That's all I can really say for this aspect for Lunar and Mercury, is really just to communicate and speak what needs to be said, feel what needs to be felt, address whatever in the home that needs to be addressed, right? Sometimes a fiery conversation doesn't always have to be so bad, because that can, cleanse what needs to be burnt away, so that now something else can rise in place of that, right? And we look at Mars and Soul as 2 other options. So, yeah, really just say what's on your mind. Say what you need to say. And just really let your drive be to set the home in order for that. And yeah, with that, I'm gonna yield. The moon's gonna go void of course for 4 hours and 54 minutes. All right, so no major purchases during this time. Be like that old church song and hold out. That's just buyer's remorse. And yeah, it's sold out. And moving on, we have Luna ingressing Virgo in the 6th house. Would you looky here? It's a beautiful thing, right? Yeah, Moon ingress Virgo. This is cleaning house, cleaning mind, working out with the pets, right? Deciding to go get a health checkup, right? And really just, yeah. And this is even for my account, if anyone want to resonate or take it or use it, just not letting the past hold you prisoner, letting past thought hold you prisoner. All right, so this is journaling. So, right, if these things are coming up, journal it, right? Exercise, get out in nature. Maybe go paint something, have a conversation with your mother, take her out somewhere. Or actually, no, don't take her out. Make her a nice meal. Pardon me, not nice meal, a great, delicious meal. Make her a delicious meal, or even gift giving too. Interesting. Chiron, the sun's right there in the ascendant. Yeah, do something kind for someone for these next 2 to 3 days. Luna's transiting Virgo, right? And also just putting more ideas and projects together, or really, I would say finish up anything that needs that you've been holding on to. It's like, yo, I've been doing this for a minute. I've been sitting on this project. Mars chart ruler, 3rd. Yeah, this is getting spirit in order to get the mind in order to get the physical 5 cycle in order. Ooh, yeah, this is like family getting together, family documents too, or doing some short travels to see some family. I'm getting to probably folks, somebody's gonna even rekindle either with some family they haven't talked to in a while, or coming across family that they've never met before. And with that, I'll yield the floor. Next up, we have a lunar Saturnian reflection. All right, Luna probably be about the 4th. I'm gonna guess the 4th, depending on how long the aspect is. That's in a second. All right, Saturn's in the 8th. Luna's also ruling the ascendant. So Luna's chart ruler. So a lunar Saturnian reflection, 2nd and 8th house. So we're dealing with values and other people's non-statutory resources. All right. And Saturn's conjunct, I think that's spirits. Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting because yeah, this is really like being able to process emotionally some things that you might have like lacked or failed at, but it's nothing to beat yourself up about, but just an opportunity to, it's like, all right, look, I did this. This is where this has got me. This was working. This is what not working. This is where I can discipline myself and, really get down on these goals and things that I want to achieve, and coming up with a strategic plan or a plan of action, right? For something. Oh, chart 2. And they're both, one of sun, final positor, signs, and it's 10th. Yeah. Yeah, y'all were able to reflect on, once again, I'm gonna just pull up Astrology and Civics. If you're not catching any of 7 Hill Stars presentations or Lawful Living, right, and even if you're watching other beings, take a step from what you watch and then watch some other stuff and take the time to look at some things yourself, right? Lunar reflecting Saturn, this is realizing that you're the only one that you can save yourself, right? So you're probably reflecting on, well, gosh, I've been waiting for this to happen and it still ain't happened. And then when you do something, you're like, wow, it happened. Hey, look, you just brought yourself the justice you seek to see, the Jesus that you've been waiting for. But it's taking that initiative. And let's see. Yeah, spirit, yeah. Really just becoming or finding more ways to be more universal in what you do. Now you're snoring. With that, I'll yield the floor. Who's back on, brother Son? I think the Living Master's back up for Monday.
You got one more.
I got uno más.
Yeah, you do. Uno más.
Uno más, hermano.
All right, so finally, we have a lunar Martian sextile, right? So we've got Luna in the 1st, got Mars in the 11th. So this is just some growth opportunity to, like I said, we was coming off the filling and organizing. We're active in getting our home life together, our home foundation. And whether that's by means of one's own studies or like kind of attitude toward, or just what beings are seeing from via the internet. Let's see. Nope, Mars is not. Both of these are alone. So yeah, mental communication. How can you grow upon finding out new ideas or new technology that can assist you? Like yeah, probably like somebody's about to either buy or receive their little home workout thing that they seen. Right, y'all hear that? Y'all hear it snoring?
Nah, your mic's not
Nah.
picking up that far, bro. The
Surprisingly.
puppies out now.
Mm-hmm.
Like tuckered themselves out.
But that's all they do. They wake up. Fights. Yeah, Sun's chart ruler, Sun's in the 9th. Wow. You know, one of his favorite houses, the God house. So yeah, really connecting to the literature in a deeper sense, right? Getting past just what one thought was a physical thing, that it was just all physical, and really getting into the astral and causal realms of things. You know, not being so caught in the as below, but remember that there's an as above too. Right. And it might be painful, you know. It's like, wow, I really believed this for all this time, and now this new information's being presented. And now I have like two paths to continue, or, you know, take that other route to the truth that one's seeking. Chiron's there too, Jupiter's there, Mercury's there, and even North Node's there. So yeah, value your destiny. Get your mirror sessions or your readings so that you can become like more clear, right? And coming back to Mars and Luna, right? Getting in that astrology done so that you can set your house in order. So now you can learn about yourself. You can learn about your loved one. You can see the potential that your children has and how you can help them become adept as they move along, so that you're not sheltering them or blocking them, so that you can, like I said, pave that way so they can walk themselves. Mercury's 228, another home degree, right? When you think of Cancer, 4/16/28, right? So there's a fiery communication that wants to be had about, like I said, just fixing the home life, fixing the psychological foundation, because beings are really going to start realizing that they're their own savior, their own therapist. Like, they can really truly help themselves once they start learning or being open to looking at different tools and resources besides things that have just been set up to do the opposite of helping, right? You know, and yielding on this, but, you know, another parable for this aspect is like someone taking something from you and helping you look for it. Or Malika earlier about the watch. A guy told you y'all need to be spending money, but he got on an $80,000 watch.
Yeah, that's very Aquarian. Like Aquarius energy kind of does that, like in a good sense. You know, like, you know, Aquarius energy, sometimes I describe to people, they're the ones on a negative sense that will challenge you to a competition. Like, I remember one lady I had met in my past, one of my ex's mothers. And she was like, when she was little and the good humor truck would come by, you know, they get their ice cream and their, you know, other different candies and snacks and stuff. And she would challenge the other children that she's outside playing with to who can eat their snacks the fastest. The only prize in her challenging these other children, other than herself, to eat their snacks this fast, the only prize was the prize of her saying no when they asked for her snacks And then she goes, we shouldn't have ate yours all fast. That's the kind of the negative side of Aquarius. Aquarius on the positive side, which could still kind of, and these are just broad general examples. This is not just it, you know what I mean? But a positive one I like to say is like, yes, Aquarius will take your ring that you wear every day. And I can't find my ring, and they'll be looking for it with you. And like, I don't know, maybe it'll turn up later. It's in their back pocket the whole time because they're trying to go without sizing your finger. They're going to use your ring to get you a new ring. And they would have liked to have not gotten caught almost by, the ring being missing. So now you have to go through your day of not having your favorite ring on while not also waiting to get your ring back, but there's going to be a new ring for you. So that's a positive, that I give generally to Aquarius. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there are other ones. Like, to me, Aquarius is not only the one who pours out the information and wants you to be the greatest and loves groups and sharing. However, if you think about that group sharing, Aquarius is also kind of like, and you can judge me however you want. I noticed that when at one point in time I came across different solar returns of different porn stars, and a lot of them were heavy Aquarian energy. So Aquarius is also, the orgy participator, so to speak. Again,
I'm a liberator because I'm the spirit, not the body. So this body doesn't matter. I'm going.
Wow, that sounds very Aquarian. So in that sense, however, yeah, I'm only saying that because of what Brother Sean just said about, they'll take something from you and help you look for it. That's very Aquarian, you know what I mean? And it's not always a negative or a positive for me. I like to observe the thing and then see what are the effects that occur from the thing, and then we can gauge then if it's beneficial or not to those that are participating and or involved in the thing, the event, or whatever the case may be. However, yeah, man, I mean, it is.
Yeah, and I bring a positive side to that, right? It's like, or they could take a book from you, right? Black in America. He's like, I don't need that book. Let me take that from him, hide it from him to assist him.
Right. To assist him. Right. Yeah, that's the opposite of sharing. That's called forced sharing, and some people call forced sharing theft. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think forced sharing is theft. However, with that being said, guys, so now we are here, right, where I am to do the 3rd, right, the day after Palm Sunday, right, 3rd April 2023, and sunrise is 0600 hours 52 minutes and 23 seconds, or 6:52:23 anti-meridian Eastern, from the perspective pertaining to the Baltimore Corporation, Maryland State Republic, and it's happening at about 13 degrees Aries, 26 minutes. All righty, guys, and what I would actually say here with the sun ruling over the 5th house, looky, the 6th house, what we can do is, you guys this is a bit of, and I rebuke this, but the me duele la cabeza, right? You got a headache or something. So the thing is what you can actually do here is really allow yourself to pay attention to, even if your head isn't physically hurting, you're finding yourself not having long periods of concentration. You may find yourself dozing off when you're trying to study. You might need to check what it is that you're choosing as your nutritional, sustenance. And shout out to my little sister. I spoke with her today, my actual patrilineal little sister. I'm going to send her a few vegan recipes, so to speak, because I've noticed that a lot of people that suffer from concentration issues are still eating something that hatches or something that has live manifestation. You're still eating chickens or cows or goats and fish, and it's like you might want to stop that, because we're in back to Aquarius, right? We're in an age where you need to be the electrical being that you are, right? Be that magnetic being that you are. And you're getting back to a point where you're probably just going to be focusing on things pertaining to, as far as for your sustenance choices pertaining to plants, right? Things that are grown from the earth, from a seed, to be your only means of eating, and then being able to, you know, manipulate it accordingly. Like, I know for people that have issues with like, but I just love fried chicken. You know what your alternative is? One, stop using regular wheat flour and use chickpea flour, and get familiar with either pakora, which is like a fried vegetable fritter. You can want to try it without making it first. Go to your nearest quote unquote Indian restaurant and try some pakora. Another one, if you really can't get that chicken monkey off your back, right? Chicken monkey sounds like a experiment like that exists near Australia somewhere. Anyway, you can't get that off your back. Oyster mushrooms, fried in a wet batter of chickpea flour. Well, season the flour first while it's dry, and then add water slowly but surely, and whisk in so that it can have this like kind of thick cake batter type of consistency, maybe even what you would think a pancake batter would be, and use that to fry your oyster mushroom. Some people like the lion's mane mushroom. Okay, cool. Go right ahead. Any mushroom really at this point, fried, is delicious. Anything but shiitake. I think shiitake is the only mushroom that's not alkaline, right? Because my beloved mother mistress consort is on it, doggone it. So I make sure I'm getting more nutritional knowledge from my beloved mother mistress consort, in whom I am well pleased. So, you know, with that being said, guys, with this sunrise, really make it your aim to make sure that when it comes to your nutritional choices, let's say, see, because moon's there in the sixth house is the restaurant, right? And moon is what you're eating. So let's say you're out on some lunch, you're taking a lunch break and you're working. That might be your, you know, say you're out there with somebody and they're just like, hey, look, man, I want to go eat here at this spot because they have this particular dish. And then you find out like, man, that does smell good. What is it that you're eating? What is it made of? And you realize there's zero flesh involved, no chicken, no pork, no beef, no lamb, no goat, no fish. And you're like, wow, and that might be that fated relationship with, you know, the nutritional choices getting better that may occur for you for this particular particular moon day. What was you about to say, bro?
No, I just said oxtail. I just do that and see his name instead.
Yeah. Let me have a piece of that thing where I cover the butt of an ox. No, like what? You really want to have some ox butt covering? That's, I mean, because if you look at animals and their tails, they use their tails to cover their asshole. But that's just so flavorful though. Okay. Okay. All right. It's fecal flavorful, I guess. Anyway, it just is what it is. It's, you know, just keeping it a band with you. So yeah, this sunrise, guys, just make sure you're clear when it comes to you, you know, being at home and enjoying. And it's funny too, because this is looks like Virgo and the Virgo Pisces axis is intercepted within the 6th and 12th houses. So Mercury and the sun are co-ruling the 6th house here. All right, and they're both in the 1st house. So when it comes to your actual health, make sure you're making the nutritional choices that are necessary. It will actually better your status pertaining to your thoughts, your subconscious mind, and your ego will not suffer from making much better nutritional choices. And with that, I yield the floor. Let's get to my, I have here for the 3rd, I have an ingress first. And it's happening prior to sunrise, about 22 minutes after 0000 hour. All right. So that's a previous there. So happening prior to that. Oh, I just dropped the pen for the pen tablet. Okay, you got it, bro. Excellent. Excelente. So with that being said, happening about 22 minutes after 0000 hour. or 12, it's wow, 1 second off. 12, 21, 59. Oh, pardon me. I was incorrect about that. It's not 0-100 hour, it's the 1200 hour. So forgive me. Just almost 22 minutes after 1200 hours. So just 21 minutes and 59 seconds after noon, post meridian Eastern. We're actually seeing Mercury ingress Taurus. Alrighty. So let's be clear on this. Venus is still in Taurus, even though in the 12th house, which she has accidental dignity there, because Venus is exalted in the 12th sign, Pisces. So for me, I see Venus having a bit of favor here while dispositing for the 11th house. Oh, you know what? 1 second. 10th house. Looky, Astro Cookie. Mercury's still in the 10th, actually. So Mars in Cancer, actually, in the 12th. Opposite its joy, because Mars is in Saturn's joy there. However, under Mercury's dispositorship. Interestingly, for me, that would be a mutual reception by dispositorship, if I'm not mistaken. Mercury is dispositing for Mars. Mars is dispositing for Mercury, even though they're not in mutual reception as far as Mars in Mercury's sign and Mercury in Mars's sign. I'm just saying, for me, there seems to be a bit of a mutual reception in as far as them dispositing for one another. So with that being said, when we're really allowing ourselves to put the light on some things that could be some things we could learn from when it pertains to wounded healing, and then expounding upon those thoughts, maybe even keeping a bit of some type of journal, or reading some things that we have journaled and going back and recalling these things, right? Giving some recollection. And I stand corrected too. Venus isn't in the 12th. I just looked at that also. Venus is clearly in 11th. Those stelliums that's happening both in Aries and Taurus are amazing. Which is why we have to look for the actual numbers, not the placement of the glyphs here. Because the numbers pertaining to the celestial longitude for each luminary and or celestial body, we look at that in terms of the actual house cusps. Alrighty, so we can clearly see that between the 10th house is expanded between 0 degrees Aries, 41 minutes, and 6 degrees Taurus, 49 minutes. Then 11th house is expanded from 6 degrees Taurus, 49 minutes, to 15 degrees, 11 minutes, Gemini. So technically, in the 10th house is Sun, Chiron, Jupiter, Mercury, and North Node. And in the 11th house, it's just Uranus and Venus. All righty. So very interestingly, though, everything I said about Venus, though, is true as far as its exaltation is in Pisces, particularly at 27 degrees. And how I see it, having accidental dignity by being in a house that's relative to Pisces and pertaining to the natural zodiac. However, what is my testimony overall here? I would really say, guys, when it comes to Mercury's ingress here, really just really bringing some light again to some way to do some wound healing, further expand on our thoughts. Maybe we're reading something we journaled, or maybe allow yourself to really explore your own neighborhood. There may be some things you might want to revisit from your childhood, so it can allow you to move forward. This is you getting the closure that you need, that is necessary. You may have to have some type of conversation from a fight in the past with your loved one. Could have been some woman that maybe helped to raise you. Maybe she wasn't or did the best. Maybe you find a means or a need to actually within yourself, so you can feel that your conscience is clear. Doing your best to, if not one, apologize to them, just let them know in some way, shape, or form that you forgive them, right? Even if they don't apologize either. Because, sometimes people, depending on how accountable they actually are, sometimes people will deny whatever it is that you are saying that you experience with them, because in their minds, they didn't see it that way. So be clear that when actively communicating about those things that may have been hidden as far as some nurturer's action, or they were supposed to play the role of the nurturer or the nurturing being. Make sure that it's clear that you're really communicating the fact that you value yourself, your esteem or your estimation pertaining to yourself has not been affected by the activities that were done behind the scenes, so to speak, right? So with that being said, I am going to yield the floor on that Mercury ingressing Taurus, all right? Next aspect is happening about 2 hours and 33 minutes later. Mercury is going to be quartile or square to Pluto. All righty. I kind of like this transit here, not to be personal about it. Mercury does great in Aquarius. However, aspecting Pluto in Aquarius really lets me know that there's going to be some stimulating conversation that's very transformative to a group of beings. Some group is seriously going to get a kind of a rude awakening in lieu of, let's say, it's some type of policy enforcer or policy enforcement. It's going to be like police, sheriffs, attorneys. I really see that with even the service that they think they're providing, because Pluto's there in Aquarius in the 6th house. Whatever service they think they're providing, it's going to take a huge hit. All righty, because I think ethics is going to be brought to the forefront here. 9th house is very ethics for me. And that's where Mercury actually is. It's within the 9th house at 0 degrees Taurus, 11 minutes. And ruling the 9th is Mars. And Mars is in the 11th, being ruled once again by Mercury. So there's going to be some active communication that really forces some work of some group that does this everyday work that probably has ruined the inheritance of a lot of people, ruined the lives of a lot of people. And I think this is where those particular chickens are going to come home to roost. And I think there are going to be beings that the best thing I can say to these groups who are going to have to be going to go through these transformations, because they're going to be forced to make changes, actually. Do your best not to kill yourself. Even though we already know, and Malika shared before, there are a lot of different beings that work certain professions, especially those that are in the legal profession, that commit suicide, like the new pair of Jordans just came out. But we all know those are the same Jordans from the 90s, just redesigned, I guess, put out there again to the people. So it's like, oh shit, okay, this is where I get nooses from. Yes, Bar Rat. That's where you get nooses from. And so, and it's not enough of your fraternal order pertaining to police. It's not enough Masonic lodging that will prevent the outcome pertaining to that, because I really see the force to make changes based on what people do. Because Mercury is very, very police for me. It is. It's someone who locally walks around. It's the beat, and when it comes to where the people are exalted, which is in Taurus, when the moon is in Taurus, that's where the people is exalted, right? And you got to think, who's the ones talking about they are enslaving the people without saying they're enslaving the people directly, but they're still saying it's the Department of Agriculture. Agriculture is Taurus. So when it comes to how things have been communicated about the people's, particular status or anything like that, the foreign affairs about this all, it's about to really, the shit's hitting the fan. And there's going to be some pushback on some of these groups because they're going to dig really deep into their financing to get their staff's attorneys and work with other attorneys. And what's going to happen is these beings are going to fall on their own sword. And the people are really going to get, their just due, because what's going to happen is the same words that were utilized to enslave the people under the Department of Agriculture, for example, these same words are going to be utilized to actually hold these beings that wanted to enforce this particular language within their statutes and policies. Those same words are going to be used against them. And words and sword is the same word with the S, just either at the end or the beginning. That's very Plutonian, if you ask me. So with Mercury squaring Pluto, we're going to be able to really stimulate a transformation by much needed communication and be able to really allow the death and rebirth of many communities worldwide by being able to hold beings to their own rule books. And with that, I yield the floor. Happening about maybe an hour and 33 minutes later. After transformation, here comes the sudden changes. Luna is trine Uranus. Looky, Astro Cookie. Uranus is in the 9th. Back to again. Look, we're back to foreign affairs again. Venus is ruling from Taurus. Still in the 9th, so is Venus. She's in Taurus, ruling the 9th. Very interesting because the 9th is naturally associated with the other quote-unquote benefic Jupiter. And the two benefics are said to be Venus and Jupiter. So with that being said, I'm seeing Venus technically in a house that is naturally 8th to the 3rd and 8th from her natural positions, right? 8th from the 2nd, 3rd from the 7th. So again, still with transformative communication, sudden changes are really going to be made where the people are going to use particular details pertaining to themselves to actually point out why certain foreign affairs activities do not and shall not be applied to them. This is where you actually see a harmony where the people will be able to thoroughly get their point across, and those that are foreign affairs ministers or secretaries of state will be able to do nothing but hold accountable those that are in some type of administrative tenure. The people are, what you guys are going to see here is a huge flash of the people not suffering due to unconscionable administrative practices. Luna is the people. Virgo is service. Virgo is also detail. Virgo is everyday work. So you guys are going to see, and interestingly, Mercury in the 8th now is ruling over the 1st house. Looky, Astro Cookie. So Mercury is going to do everything in its power. Because I know some people are like, well, Mercury does much better in the 6th and the 3rd. True. However, Mercury's 3rd from the 6th house, which is naturally, well, yeah, Mercury does great in the 6th house. Okay. Mercury's about to really imagine someone trying to hide a certain communication. It would be like squeezing on a balloon before you turn it into a balloon puppet. You know what I mean? A balloon animal. You're going to squeeze on one end of that balloon. It's going to inflate some other things. Oh, okay, hold on. We try to hold that. And what eventually is going to happen is your balloon is going to pop in your face. So be clear. You guys will see it. You'll see. I want to see what happens on Monday in the quote unquote news pertaining to the I'll say it like this. The theme will be, we're not gonna take it. It's gonna be like that. Mm-hmm. And the people are going to actually, win. I just trust it'll be done without policy enforcers and other beings that are in these particular groups that are used to enforcing human trafficking, I trust they don't have to lose their actual physical life, because I see that really what's going to take place if they don't just, chuck up the deuces peacefully. Right? With that, I yield the floor to my beloved brother, in whom I'm well pleased with the sauce, Brother Terrell Tamari Bay, Islam. Brother Sean, you might have to ask for the remote control there, bro.
All right, so we're going to the 4th of April, 1443 Moorish calendar year, 2023 Christian calendar year. Yeah.
Islam, let me get you going. Hold on, let me at least get it started. Bango! Right?
We got. What we got? 14 degrees, Aries, 25 minutes. All right, so yeah, this is the sense of initiation. So through all of this, 13 days prior to, the 4th, April 4th. This is like now we can basically command and stand on these things that we basically have been challenged on, so to speak. This is the sense of basically challenging yourself within the challenge. You know what I mean? Just making sure, iron sharpens iron. So this is you being willing to, let's say, see where the weaknesses are, where you may need to sharpen yourself to be more sharp. However, it's also inspiring because, it gives you the sense of clarity, that you don't know it all, and that's okay. That's the point, to always be a student rather than just lying to yourself as if you know everything. You're a liar. Don't
the lies he tells.
No need to do that to yourself. Just put it like that. It's just really take care of yourself as if you were taking care of a baby, so to speak, in the sense of nurturing, though, right? It's the vibe, not in the sense of just like holding someone's hand, but however, letting self know, or whoever is closest to you that may need this, that with mistakes you get better. That's just the reality. To fall, the only thing you can do after falling is to get up. So yeah. This is pretty much that energy. That sense of command is being emphasized. Cousin Troy. All right, so moving on, we got the Moon's gonna trine Venus. All right, so Moon is in Virgo still, right? And
but is it in the 6th house though?
Venus is in Taurus, right? No, it is not. Okay. So it's in the 4th house, and Moon's in the 8th. So yeah, this is just that initiation word is pretty much paramount here. This is just basically taking that leap of faith to get into the artistic realms of life and kind of basically, well, more than likely changing one's day-to-day routine. So if it's not changing the routine, it's basically implementing arts into the day-to-day routine for some sort of like sensual satisfaction. So it could be painting, dancing, specifically learning about planting and gardening too could be on the forefront of the mind. Learn how to basically cultivate one's own food and feed oneself and one's loved ones. That's pretty much this energy here is like kind of, wanting to, get the green thumb, so to speak, or, really looking to connect to, again, to that artistic side of life. So it could specifically be, it could be law specifically, just connecting to, like we speak on certain statutes, municipal codes, the Constitution, or you can even be reading the Magna Charta or the Articles of Confederation, something that connects you to jurisprudence studies or times past, so to speak, specifically the 1700s, the Declaration of Independence and things around that. All of that energy from that time is basically being brought back up for some sense of clarity. But this is also like you could, for the next 11 days, 12 days, you'll see a lot of like unstableness or a lot of, relationships basically faltering or, decaying and, ending. You'll also see, unfortunately, there'll be a lot of young women basically. It's just unfortunate, but it is what it is. Women defending themselves against, let's just say abusive men, and yeah, it's just some guys are getting their heads cut off, quite literally. So that's a thing that we can definitely see for sure. But yeah, this is just a great time to basically initiate oneself into some sort of artistic realm of life. So that can be embroidery, painting, gardening, even ballet. Something where it's very sensual and it gets the body flowing. So whatever that is for you, basically yield to it. Don't let the modes of society, dictate how you move or what actually stimulates you as who you are, right? That's paramount. So moving on, the moon's going to oppose Neptune. Neptune's at 25 degrees. So the moon will be at like 25 degrees. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, so the moon's in the 5th house, 25 degrees Virgo, 51 minutes. And Neptune is in the 11th house. Yes. So this is just a matter. This is just like a sense of love and peace, so to speak. However, it's being emphasized in some sort of imaginative process. So this could be like just a good time to just relax and possibly, kind of what Brother Sean was saying, go to some sort of nature vibe, maybe be by some water or just wherever the sun, wherever the sun and water is near your place, or wherever you go where you like sun. If it's just sun or if it's just the water, you're going to one of those places to basically just connect to nature and like study something. And it could just be you studying yourself. You don't even really have to take a book. It could just be a sense of meditating and letting your thoughts reflect, or basically, letting your thoughts kind of show you things that you may be connected to, or you may have been connected to for some sort of illusionary reason, and now that illusion is basically being identified and removed for a sense of it's just like a graduation here, basically, because now what brings you this sense of liberation. So now certain things have to be removed, or certain fanatical thoughts or illusory thoughts that is, let's say, detrimental to one's day-to-day routine or day-to-day being. So now it's we're thriving to basically connect to the reality or the sense of substance or a solid foundation rather than just being moved by what sounds good. Or, like Malika was saying, the guy who has the shiniest object on his chest or on his wrist, or when he closes his land conveyance door, it's like, oh, wow, I wish my door went down like that too. What's the point? So it's kind of seeing how that that world of illusion is basically, having a lot of people in mental institutions, insane asylums. So that this is kind of, recognizing that the world is a big old insane asylum because, most people are focused on things that actually don't matter. So now there's just this, whoa, Dorothy, click your feet, wake up, right? Is that her name? Dorothy? Wizard of Oz? That's her name, right?
Yep, gift of God, Dorothea. Dorothy.
Islam. Yeah, that's that energy, man. This moon opposed Neptune. This would probably be a good time to actually watch that film and get some sort of, you probably would see something that you didn't see before. And it's like, whoa, I didn't know that was blah, 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 blah behind the curtain, whatever. Whatever you see, it'll be some sort of like clarity moment. Yeah, so remove the illusions and really focus on the foundations of life. And that, what that is. Connect to the cultural backgrounds rather than things that literally have no standing. Remove yourself from those sorts of fanatical realities or fanatical illusions. Whew. Yeah. All right, so the moon's gonna go void after that, right? So you're gonna, be mindful of how you're treating yourself and talking to yourself, right? The moon goes void. What was it? 8 hours and 41 minutes? Was it 40? 25. Click it. 8 hours and 1 minute. Moon goes away for 8 hours and 1 minute, right? So you see the moon's in first house. Moon's in Libra. Yeah. This makes me think, a lot of people may be renewing their vows, maybe. Or this is just some sort of matrimonial recognition. This could be also a self-marriage or self-obligation, taking oneself more serious and how one may basically take care of oneself. That's a whole new process. So now you could be, like I said about the thrift store, you could just be getting rid of old garments and old things in the Damas and bringing a whole new aesthetic to the home. Maybe you're getting new tapestries, or maybe you're getting a record player and all the Marvin Gaye hits. So you can enjoy the time of your life with a record player and some Marvin Gaye, or record player and whoever your favorite artist is. Bob Marley. Who else? Peter Tosh, maybe, or Anita Baker. I don't know. Who do you like?
Who is this? Hassan, bro, blues in the waiting room. Who?
Oh,
okay.
Let him in.
For what? Kind of part of the weather report.
Who art thou?
Maybe help you.
Yo, like, yo, Blue, we need a clue. No Blue's Clues. No.
Blue's Clues. Hit the button.
So yeah.
Got kicked, Blue. Oh, well for you.
Yeah,
Yep.
right now.
Yes. Back to your testimony. Yes.
Anyway.
I love me. I go into matrimony with
Yes,
me.
I love me. I love me. So love comes to me naturally. Yes.
Yes.
It's pretty much the energy. You know, Venus is in the 9th house. So now we're taking our philosophical studies more seriously. It's not just a game. So now we may be cutting off certain relationships or things that were close to us because they don't take our studies and philosophy serious. So now, or as serious as you do, or it doesn't mean as much as it does to you to them. So you know, women specifically, because Venus, they'll be very, very prudent on cutting off and removing those energies who do not help them grow, which is 9th house. Right. So you could be seeing that very prominently. And like I said, with that for the next 12 days, 12 days, with that Venus, Taurus, 22 degrees to 4 degrees, 6 minutes. Yeah. A lot of cutting off, literally. You'll see a lot of women with blades in their hands. All right, moving on. The moon is going to trine Pluto. All right, yeah, so this is that law thing. Everything about law is being rearranged. Like, wait, like we always say, these statutes only, these policies apply to people who work for this actual corporation. I don't work here. That's pretty much what the people are going to recognize. Yeah, so the moon's in the, oh, all right, hold on. Let me slow down. Getting excited. Moon's still in the 1st. Yep, and Pluto is in the 4th house. Yeah, so this is just that conversation with those closest to you, your elders, your auntie, your nanny, your uncle, you know, grandfather. This is pretty much that conversation on, you know, what the family needs and what can be done for a beautiful sense of security, and not just a sense of temporary security. We're talking generational centuries of security, and not just 2 to 5 years. So now there's a whole new approach on what that actually is. So food, clothing, and shelter is being brought to the forefront of the mind. Like, that's paramount. That's over me having an $80,000 watch. You know, the reality would be, if you would have 80,000 notes, you should probably invest that into something that would make you.
You're just talking smack because you're broke, bro. Remember? That's the only reason. That's what my little sister always says to me when I start saying stuff like that. She's playing devil's advocate, of course. You only saying that because you're broke. You're a broke bitch.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Federal Reserve note, bro.
Don't even know I'm really wealthy though. Like, literally. Literally. Food in my stomach, clothes on my back, there's a roof over my head. There's nothing else to talk about. That's the reality, or that's the thing that's being paramount. It's being laid as a solid foundation. So now that's shattering a lot of senses of comfort, because that was not the norm, or what it really is the norm. But then we've been told that we need to have $80,000 watches to be credible to speak to people. Yeah.
Well, also, dude was a Federal Reserve banker right before, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Right. Yeah.
That's what they trying to, the people telling everybody they're a bank or a banker, that's what they want you to be.
Exactly. They want you to be a federal agent. They want you to work for somebody and make someone else, basically wealthy. And that paradigm is basically out of the door, period. And you can see that because, again, the word revolt or revolution, you'll probably be seeing that overly, it might get annoying. The revolution will not be televised. You'll hear that a lot too. So yeah, be open to that. And don't be so moved by what other people are doing. Do what resonates with your soul, right? And that'll keep you on track. So I yield.
Yeah, it's like that. What was that song? Do what you do.
Wash my shoes.
Mm-hmm. You can dance with your crew, but watch my shoes. All right, then, moving on. All right. Yeah. Where you at? All right, we got the sunrise, guys. 15 degrees Aries. Would you looky? I'll pull something up. Look, 15. Oh, yeah. Persuasive oratory, public life. Right. So,
Indeed, Malika.
peace, Malika. Peace.
Yeah, peace.
All right. Alrighty, we got yeah, we're at Wednesday, right? Sun's at 15 degrees, Aries, persuasive oratory, public life. All right, so we can see a lot of military beings or beings who think they're military but don't know. Coming out today, right? Now Leo is on the 5th house. All right, so yeah, when it comes to just creativity and the children, yeah, I say there's gonna be a lot of communication between them, even maybe the little ones, you know, speaking or talking on things, or just feeling chatty and just feeling yeah, feeling chatty. Maybe you want to ask questions. So don't get annoyed today if your little ones are asking you questions. All right, just answer those and feel their curious young mind. All right, Mars in that 3rd house too. All right. So yeah, just giving proper guidance and just stimulation to the mind. Right. On that, I will yield. We'll get into the first aspect of the day occurring before sunrise. We have a lunar Martian square. I'm about to let y'all out. All right, brother Jag, you got the, or is it bro that's got the controls? I can't.
My bad, bro.
Man, my co-pilot sleeping on the job, man. Sleeping.
Hey, yo. Don't do that to me, bro. My fault. You silly, man. I just lied about you.
Oh, wow. This is going to be interesting. Luna's in the 8th. Mars is in the 5th. I would say get your own lover and quit trying to get others' lovers. There's plenty of us out here. All right. Gosh, I don't know why like folks want to have somebody else's, because I guess they don't like them. They got to have them, and it brings like a sense of, I got your man, or I had your girl. That's like,
most of these beings are so insecure. The insecurity runs rapid in these beings.
Rapids. It runs deep.
That's so true.
Right? What did you say in that one song? Your insecurity running deeper than the ocean. But yeah, just leave other lovers alone. Luna and Mars. So yeah, guys, find a balance in your emotions. I mean, really come to understand it and see how beautiful they are on the side of how when you control them, how beautiful it can be, but also when you don't control it, on how you are out of control. Mars in the 5th. So finding some beauty in finding like stimulation within you, your creativity, right? So someone could be maybe someone that's mentally stimulating, right? Aquarius on the rise, right? Or meeting someone that feels like home, or just feeling home in your creations and projects that you do. Saturn and your Uranus, right? Ruling ascendant, first house, third house, right? So yeah, y'all are really coming out of I want to say a tough time, maybe like a dark night of the soul that people are be coming out of. Just what they thought was normal was real really wasn't. It was just an illusion. Yeah, 5 degrees. Yeah, this is like a heart to heart. So yeah, listen to your heart here.
Ooh, we.
Right.
Hmm.
Because it's a Leonin degree. What you saying, bro?
Oh, go ahead. I yield. Go ahead. Do your thing.
It's a Leonin degree. So I want to say this too. Right, because 8th house deals with sex, and it just came to mind, and it's using that form of action for a higher purpose than just gratifying the lower self, right? Nothing wrong with it, right? But when you just doing it to please animal sense, let's see, 24 Pisces, anything in Pisces? Oh wow, yeah. Yeah, all right. I guess I'll tell you what. Well, I'm looking at an Antisha. Neptune is conjunct the Luna's Antisha point. So yeah, really just man. Not fantasizing, but you can see a part of yourself, right, with that. But Neptune is like really illusion. So finding like emotional illusion, or really just what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, like seeing why you like things, and then making a difference or a distinction between whether it's good for you, whether it's bad, right? And yeah, essential points funny. Nothing Virgo, but gosh, fascination denial with someone at the Job too. I'm getting that. All right, yo, it's like leave that for home. Then we trying to clap buns on a photocopy machine. Leave that for home. Come to the Job to do what's needed and move along, and just let that that frustration, if you want to say, use that in a sense. Find a project that's creative that can bring balance and a sense of emotional fulfillment to you. And maybe if someone's giving you an inheritance, use that for like something productive, right? That one could really benefit from. And yeah, Nat, I'm gonna yield. We'll get next into Mercury, sextile Saturn. All right, so you're able to grow or build upon just your communication and discipline. So this is like, Brother Jack, get next for me, bro. Mercury Armando, get next. Come on, hit next like that 90s group for me, bro, please.
Bro.
You keep forgetting about me, bro.
My fault, man. Damn.
You don't love me anymore. What movie is it?
I love you, brother.
All right, where are we at? Mercury is in the 10th. Saturn, wow, it's barely in the 9th. Wow. Mercury, Saturn, yeah, like I was saying, just finding value in the ways that you communicate, but also how you write. And it's becoming more disciplined. So this is like someone picking up, right? As we were saying, writing. So maybe they wrote a page or a few sentences and now they're, writing more. Saturn's in the 9th. So it's dealing with higher learning and philosophy. So this is like writing, like, or even probably reading like some old books and having some full circle moments. It's like, wow, I've read that like 5 years ago, but now this is hitting in a whole new light. What else is in there too? The 10th. Wow, we got Sun, Chiron, Jupiter, Mercury, and North Node. And Mercury's coming on that conjunction with the North Node. So I feel like there's gonna be like a sense of clarity that brings you value. For some, it could be material. What I'm gonna say is that for those who do the breath work, what they call spirituality, I think there's going to be a sense of manifestation, as they would say, that's going to come to the 3D. And for those who are too caught in a material, they're going to get something like a thought or, a message. And I just hope they're open to hear that, right? And also being open to things not coming to how we wanted them to come. Let's see, Aries is ruling over Mercury, Jupiter's ruling over Saturn. So we got Mars and Jupiter, right? All right, Mars and Cancer. So yeah, man, just using everything to really get that home life together, because government starts at the home. So Mercury and Saturn. It's communicating so that you can become competent and confident and setting the necessary foundation you have at the home without having to keep giving your consent to be governed by beings who aren't there to help you. And you can think they're there to help you all you want, but they're really not. And I ain't gonna apologize either. They're not there to help you. They're only there to rob you. But in a sense, it seems like they're helping you. So really go past the ego, right? And really tap into that heart space and that pain. Because think about all the times you paid a ticket, or think about grandma's house getting took because of property taxes, or, this and that. And you think about all these things that has happened that was simulated, that took from you, but you didn't know you could have stood up for yourself. So now you're able to tune yourself because you're the motherfucking greatest. And, dust that past pain off your shoulders, right? And really do something that for your family that will be a forever encore. And they're always going to want more. So learn yourself, love yourself, and step up because you are more. Yeah, I just gave y'all some bars. Told you, brother, son, we've been working. Me and brother Jab been working low key on the rhymes. Yeah.
Y'all hilarious.
Whenever you send that email, it's like, yeah, I need this and that on that. I'm ready.
Hey, yo, we literally was texting the other day and we were rapping. It was so fucking funny, bro. Oh my God.
So funny, bro. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Bro, I got bars, bro. I got bars.
We Mercury ruled. We got bars. Oh yeah, that's like she say I bring her a sense of confidence like a lion. She want to scream, and she want to scream Braveheart.
Goodness gracious, bro.
But yeah, finally, guys, yeah, just be open to communicating and really just looking within yourself. Yeah, finding some value. Mercury's in the 10th, so yeah. Yeah, finding authority, finding value, and really becoming your own authority, right? Because think about it. It's kind of like, let me give you another story here. It's like being, children, right? And you have to do all these things, right? You're like, oh gosh, I can't wait to be out on my own. But not really valuing that experience of learning certain things to build your character up. And then you get on your own, you're like, wow, I really see what they was talking about. But now I value that. So it's taking things that you really don't want to hear now and valuing it. And then you'll be able to see the beauty and the value of that later. Right. So finding ways to buckle down, as they would say, or really just get serious about something. Yeah, this is probably even too, I would just say investing in something. I don't know why, like a cabinet. like a cabinet's coming to mind. Maybe someone's building cabinets, so I want to start doing that woodwork, I would say. And yeah, Cancer rule in the chart too. All right, so Luna is in the 4th. Yes, man, invest in things that bring beauty to your home. Maybe getting things to like maybe wanting to read together or meditate together or just talk about different things that are uncomfortable, right? Because really for any change, he's like, well, yeah, we're doing these things that make us comfortable, but then you really can't get that extra push or level up till you also access that uncomfortable part. Yeah, Luna's at 9 degrees, so yeah, bringing things foreign to the home. That's going to expand that. And with that, I will yield the floor.
Islam. All right. Well, with that being said, guys, let me stop the screen share here. Just as a reminder, guys, remember to go to 7hillstar.com and sign up for our email list so you can receive that wonderful and amazing email that comes out every Thursday, right? So with that being said,
and for
guys,
those,
remember,
not to cut your wisdom, for those that are subscribed, don't forget, y'all get the calendar. That's fire for free.
Mm-hmm.
A whole yearly calendar for free. Come on,
only
now.
for today.
One day.
One day,
Only
yeah,
for
we changed
today.
it. You're not getting 7, you get 1. You get 1. You get 1 day. 1 day.
Yeah. So, and I already made the link for it while we were here. I'm doing multiple things because, like I said, the reason why we're giving it away, all righty, just for today, is because recently, without disclosing when, I and my beloved mother mistress consort just welcomed in our newest manifestation. So, yeah, I know, right? So, Zip Bibi is here. So, with that being said, I am just going to give, in this one particular email, the astro calendar for the year to all of our subscribers. All righty. So, they're about to be about, I think we got like 198, 199 subscribers. When I go and check, we'll probably see there'll probably be more. I'll go to 7hillstar.com, sign up for our email list. You won't be disappointed. And like I said, just click the links. All righty. You guys will see the links will be purple hyperlinks. And somewhere in there, within the purple hyperlinks, I will also add the link for our 7 Hill Star Astro Calendar for March Aries 2023 to February Pisces 2024. All righty, and that's just my gift to all of our subscribers for 7hillstar.com and receiving that email. If you haven't subscribed and you haven't done it in time, because the email is not going to come out till I think I have it set up for 9 Eastern. So wherever you are, adjust your time zones accordingly. 9 Eastern is when it will the email will be sent out for you guys to receive that calendar. However, right now I will soon yield because I have some break fast preparations for because they're still here in Ramadan. This is day number 7 for Ramadan, right?
Yeah, it's been about a strong last Wednesday.
Yeah, exactly. So now this is day 7 for Ramadan. Ramadan will be complete the 21st April 2023. Enjoy your Ramadan. I've been really enjoying it. I'm where I'm feeling at right now in day 7 is just like relax. I'm resolution minded. And that's all I seek for us to just be like for myself and my brothers. Of course, my immediate loved ones, myself and my brothers first and foremost. For us to just, be resolution minded, right? And with that being said, let's check the chat real quick because I know I haven't checked the chat in a minute, right? See who we all have here, right? Because I know I did a link and sent the link out. Shout out to our brother Chibe, right? Where he's like, yo, this link looking kind of, and it's like, So I had to go and go into a browser and get the browser link, because the share link for YouTube is coming back funny, where it's not bringing you guys straight to us. So even when I go to share the video, when I go to update the website after this, so that you guys can see the live up there immediately, it will be going on with that. So it's all to the good. Tyro Bay says, first of all, Mother Carmisha, let me see. Hakeem, first of all, gives his peace and love. Mother Carmisha says, Islam Moors, Open 642 says, heavy concentration. Yes. Tyro Bay says, peace and love, right? Mother Sahar says, peaceful greetings to everyone. Some people need a beat down. Look, that's Malika was referring to the etymology for debate, right? Let's see. Open 642 says, true, also Capricorn. Mother Sahar is laughing at chicken monkey. Yeah, I know, right? That's what it was funny when to my ears and I said it. I was like, that's kind of funny, right? So Open 642 got the I'm about the barf emoji. Almond Cookie S did some journaling this morning and it was so beneficial. Hey, look at that. Back to the portion where I was giving testimony about journaling. Mother Sahar says, yes, it's Dorothy, right? Earlier. Earth, Wind, and Fire, she also says. Brother Chi of Rough End says Islam. Zatlin Elmore Bay says, Islam Moors, saying honors to you and yours. Much thanks for your good works. Indeed, thank you so much for your kind words. Brother Chi also says Islam. Mother Sahar says, congratulations, right? Yes, it is. It's technically, you're right. Chi, right? Let me, come on 1 second. Y'all give me a moment, because I'm pretty sure she would like to hear that. Right? So 2 seconds. Love. She says happy birthday, and everyone says congratulations. She says gratitude, y'all. She says thank you, right? So
congratulations to the Solar Arc family, Solar Arc couple family.
Yeah, man, it's so funny because when I called my mom, when it happened, she's like, "Is anybody there with you guys?" Like, yeah, we were here with us. like my baby is like literally like people. I know a lot of people go to get midwives and doulas and stuff like that. It's just me and my baby. And our oldest son and the dog was in the other room. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. I am at peace. Very resolution minded, because there's a little one now now it's 2 little ones, all right? Talking about, our son that's already in the newest manifestation, right? It's like, hey, time to go about sharing things and passing on the knowledge pertaining to what it is that we stand for, being Moorish American. So, yeah, very happy about that. And it was very successful, because a lot of people was like, man, y'all just did it. Like, look, man, this is technically not my first at-home manifestation. So I'm pretty well seasoned, I guess, you could say. And just to see to see my baby just be how she is. She's very strong. And 2.5 hours. Next thing you know, boom, baby. Like, wow. Amazing, right? Indeed. She says, yay. Yeah, bro. Yeah. So I'll call you Chi. I'll rap to you, man. You know what I mean? We can rap on the phone with. As you guys can see, like, I'm a Cancer for real. I'm very protective of my loved ones. So it may seem like I talk a lot and say a lot about a lot, but I don't. I really don't. My bros will tell you, I really, really don't. We'll say, Brother Jag has a very awesome. Jupiter, yo, I swear that clock looks like Jupiter, bro. Like, yo, it's just like, yo, that joint's so hard. I really like it. I like it a lot. That joint is amazing, right? You didn't go to the hospital? Laughing out, of course not. Like, what? Stop it.
Baby sleep.
Stop it. Record that thing record that event, that glorious event in the Quran, and then do what it is that I do, guys. Y'all guys already know. I'm not a federal agent, so it is what it is, you know. With that being said, oh wow, they're out. Yo, those puppies are out, bro. You just telling them to jump. You start jumping on the couch like an hour ago. They super out.
Wore themselves out.
I know, right? Other than that, any questions, comments, and/or suggestions from my beloved brothers in whom I'm all please go on once.
Check y'all emails. Those that are subscribed.
Yeah, because that email is gonna happen at 900 hours Eastern. I'm gonna prep it and prepare it now. So I'm gonna fix the website really quickly, and then I'm gonna go and do this food prep, right? So that my baby can have everything ready for when the baby wants to feed. Like, oh, give me titty. Right? So yeah, that's what I'm about to do. Make sure that happens. Questions, comments, and/or suggestions going twice. All righty. Questions, comments, and/or suggestions going thrice. Well, all righty. We'd like to thank you all. So, you know what, Brother Jag, with the clock situation, it just adds to you being the time czar.
I'm telling you, bro.
I just really realized that, like, that's the whole time czar of it all, bro. Like, that's actually.
Yes, he gets the time star from his mother.
I know, right?
He get it from his mama.
Look at that. As we all do, right? I know, right?
Literally.
Like,
right.
Hey, time starring it up, right? So with that being said, no more questions, comments, and/or suggestions, guys. Look forward to that email. Like I said, due to I am my loved one's most recent manifestation, I will be giving the calendar away as a gift to all our subscribers. I'd like to thank you all so much for subscribing. Schedule your Mirror Astro Literacy sessions with I, or Brother Corey, or Brother Terrell, or Brother Sean Lino. And you can order, we all do some form of reporting. It's just that we utilize as the entry report to get you interested, Brother Sean Aleem L's Mental Magician Report, which is super duper awesome also. And, you know, I'm thinking you guys want to get your hands on both, because we already have we already have other incentives we have given out. Make sure you do what you do. And if you'd like to get both, I would say get both, all right? The eleemosynary tuition for both the Mirror Astro Literacy session and the Mental Magician Report is 303 units in lieu of lawful money via Cash App. And that is for our energy to be respected in what it takes to do what it is that we do, until we all get to a point where we no longer have to utilize that mean or medium pertaining to exchange. Because remember, we're doing what we need to do to be, let's be completely honest, sue warriors, suing people for not upholding what they say they're here to uphold. And that's what it's going to take. It's going to take really being competent and confident in suing people. Period. That's it. That's all. Be Moorish American, be sincere, and sue these beings that are in their official and private capacities. Like, seriously. Yeah, okay. So, hey, you're a sheriff? Cool. I'm going to sue you in both your official and your private capacity. Right? Because it seems like you don't have morals unless we tap that wallet. So that's what it is. So with that being said, thank you all so much. We love you all so much. Thank you for, again, joining us for our 7-day Tropic Medical Astro Weather Report. Look out for that email next day. And this is where we say to you, oh, order your CMOS too from Brother Corey. Like, guys, amazing. All right, I'm about to go to break my fast. I'm going to blend up some fruits and sip my fruit while I split some dates. I love splitting dates, like taking a whole date, right? Remove the pit and like spread it across a half of an apple after I, cut and core the apple. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Tastes like I'm literally eating a caramel apple. It's just delicious. Medjool dates, particularly medjool dates, I think are the best. However, with that being said, guys, we love you. This is where we say namaste, 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 y'all. Islam, Islam, Islam. Peace and love.